I am already screwing things up. I did not expect things to be for the night. I just want to have a talk with you guys. Um, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. You know what? We'll do it. We'll do it. I didn't expect it, but we'll do a big talk and everything. So officially, hey, we're gonna put this up as an opinionated episode. Why the hell not? Anyway, guys, welcome. For those who are here, if you didn't know, I am your guy Resla. Welcome to an episode of Opinionated. Didn't think I was gonna do it, but screw it, we'll do it. Cause I'll just have something to just really talk about with you guys. Anyway, we are still going. This is day number 2 for the stream. Well, of course, we are no talks about skiing match. Uh, okay, all right, okay. Already shows violence walking in here. What's going on, y'all? Hopefully, you guys are having a good time. I've been trying to figure out my mic, but I didn't have a lot of time because I've been walking in here really early. Rather than my whole new system, I'm just so tired. But I want to do this because I really want to support people who I really rock with, people who I look at as pretty much even being friends. I want to support my guy Uncle Tom. If you didn't know, he recently lost his house. Him and his family also lost their house in the fire, and I want to do a support for them. So please, if you can, uh, whatever you can, whatever donation that you actually guys give would be very much appreciated. It's gonna go to him and his family. Trust me, they lost everything. It's all gone. They have whole videos and everything going like that. I don't really want to highlight and really bring those things out there. And we're still reaching out. We're still having to talk with them. They're getting whatever they can together, but about pretty much 95% of their house is gone. Everything that they built up from their family, it's a lot. I don't like just rehashing the kind of stuff, but I want to support in whatever way I can. L.A. Wilkes has also been doing shows as well as OG Do Dirty. We've been pretty much been out here just trying to ask for whatever we can and give whatever we can, even though we know that say if you give anything via Cash App, that YouTube likes to take is 30%, and whatever that is, we will pretty much match it the rest to make sure they get the full benefits of everything that we can. This is something that's so crazy because even that very night where it happened, we were having a conversation about supporting the creators that we come across and having that symbiotic relationship because it's not very easy for us. Which kind of brings me into I didn't really have anything I wanted to talk about because I didn't think about much, but being that it is the new quarter of the year, something I noticed I haven't spoken about with you guys yet is the second quarter. And the first quarter is gone. The first quarter is done with when it comes to life. 3 months have already gone by, and I know a lot of people have really been trying to figure out how they're going to move forward in their own lives. And the truth of the matter is that how do you best put yourself in a position to have the things that you want? Because the truth of the matter is that life can hit you out of nowhere. It's really what it is. And most of all, what do you have to show for it? I think this is the whole point where I even say when you have your own life, what are the things that you are most appreciative of? What are the most things that you find most grateful? Some people give up a little half-hearted resolution. Some people don't really have plans. Some people make all kind of shit for themselves, like gym memberships. Some people try to make financial goals and financial strategies for themselves and also their families, and you never know what's really going to hit. You may not be in the same situation, like I said, how one of my close friends are doing right now. But it doesn't mean that we don't have to also think about the things that are happening for us, because quite frankly, you are only one bad situation away from your life being turned upside down. Now that we're starting the second quarter, right? We are in Q2. The question is, are we going to wake up and keep hitting the snooze button in life on our own lives? Or are we going to do something about it? Are we going to put ourselves in the best position possible? Here's the truth of the matter. It could all be gone tomorrow. And I think tonight we need to dive a little bit into the idea of second quarter living. This is about this isn't about playing catch up. It's not. It's about facing the hard truths that we've been dodging. People who are young and dealing with quarter life crises, still trying to figure themselves out because those things are real. A lot of people who are younger are now starting it the same way how a lot of us who are now older, who are no longer in a quarter life crisis, we're in a midlife crisis. How do we clear some of the things that are hard hitting in our own lives? How do we clear our career crossroads? Family shit. The older we get, the more we realize their life throws us traffic jams. We look at we look at life, and we when we want to look back at it, we see it's like pretty much like a funhouse. You ever seen like a funhouse mirror? Never looks exactly the way we think our realities are. The shit is always distorted. And I think it's time that we do a little bit of talking and confronting about what are the things that we actually can control. What are the things that actually makes us uncomfortable in having those conversations? And maybe, just maybe, we can start steering the ship of our own life that's been going adrift. Before we get too deep into it, of course, I want to thank everybody who's already walked into the building. Yes, you're finally here. That's because I'm always late. I'm late today, so you're here early. Go figure. James up here. What's good? Appreciate it. Lessons in here. What's going on, man? Oh, we got the first dono. Clay Foundations. Appreciate you. Rick Jones is actually in the building. Peace Dynamo's in here. What's going on? The witch is in the building. What's going on? What's going on? Hey, and those who are also here, just do yourself a favor, make yourself available in the building because I know plenty of people are sitting back and watching. Do yourself a favor, get up in here, start talking, start having conversations. No reason to hide, unless you give yourself a reason to hide. Just saying. Outside of that, I'll get a little bit of what's in here, and then we'll have a bit of a talk about it. Because now I want to talk about how people are moving on the job scene. Um, and I can say that for even people who are struggling at work and even people who are moving into new areas like myself. What's good, No Chaser? What's good? When it comes to career, and especially when you have crossroads within it, it sounds it sounds fancy for some people. Like when they say, "I hate my job," or "I'm there, but I'm scared to really bounce around to go do something else." I think I've gone through things that I've literally looked at as Sunday night dread. Sunday night dread when I'm staring at my paycheck and I'm just thinking I gotta start all over again for Monday morning. Looking at myself or even looking at my ceiling and just ask myself, is this it? Is this all that life really has to offer me? Over half of millennials that I run across, you can even say your Gen Xers too, who I've spoken to, they regret their career choices. Many because of money. Let's just be honest with you. They say that the money ain't right. And I think a lot of people clock in and out of jobs that make them question their entire life choices. You know, I'm a little bit antsy about my mic. Hold on. No, it says I sound pretty good. I'm trying to make sure I don't sound too low for you guys as I try to work this new system. And honestly, a lot of people are trying to figure their own stuff out. You said you're at a point where you have to start making money and make your own moves. Yeah, for a lot of people. Outside of my career, better life, better my finances, better. That's true. But at least you're looking at it at a point where you're looking at a point. It's just a little low, but not bad. Let me go this much. Maybe you can hear me a little bit more now. Um, you know what? Here's what I'll do. I'll turn it down, and I'll just go straight into StreamYard because I know it's gonna blow me the hell up until I get this all sorted out. All right, let's see. Let's see how it's at now. Yeah, because now Now everything is gonna be pretty much on StreamYard. That shit is crazy. Okay. Uh, yeah, people try to sort their lives. The powder dusty in the building. What's going on? And you know what? Well, I got what's in my mind. By the way, guys, here is the actual Cash App to donate. This is actually the Cash App that's going to go to them for any donation that you can. Like I say, anything that you choose to donate, I will pay the actual difference of it and just make sure that they actually get what they need. So it's going to be there up. It's going to be there at the bottom banner for those who actually can. Here's the thing. I think is it truly passion that we're basically following? Is it that thing that we're after? Or we're pretty much just panicking because we want to figure out everything that's happening behind the scenes because we feel like we're in a bind. I think the world pretty much tells us that we need to follow our passions. God, I don't even feel like I've said that in a while since I even did a stream about that sometime early in the beginning when I started doing YouTube. But what if you don't know what your passion is? Or worse, what if your passion doesn't actually pay the bills? This is what I run into with a lot of younger people who are trying to figure themselves out. The pressure to find that job that pretty much fulfills all your needs, looking at your bills being paid, looking at something that you look at as work-life balance. I have my own thoughts on that idea of work-life balance. And when we don't really find it, people start looking at themselves and feeling like failures. So a lot of people do, which is the kind of climate that we have today. They jump ship, hoping that the next job is going to be the one, without really doing any kind of introspection, without understanding what they truly want and what they truly need. And I think a lot of us are just running around in circles. It's not about finding a job that makes you happy every single solitary second of the time that you're there. I think it's about finding work that aligns with your values, utilizing your talents and strength, and yes, pays the bills. But it also means that on your side, you have to be within your means. Before making a huge leap, ask yourself, am I running towards something better or just running away from a current situation? Sometimes, sometimes the W no is better than the W don't. But other times, taking that risk is exactly what you need. The key is just knowing the difference. You said it's life. What balance? Some people I still hear all the time, work-life balance, work-life balance. I just had this conversation with my new boss. You know, you get this, you get that, we like that work-life balance. I said, what the heck is that? Whatever time I have is whatever time I had. My balance is all according to really my balance sheet, my balance books. That's the only balance that I'm actually guaranteed to have. Everything else can just happen. You can have something really good and then you can be disturbed. So what exactly does that mean? Balance is knowing that balance is like this. Balance is having yourself set up in a way that, say, if your house burned down, you're not worried about it. You can have a peace of mind. Not because you're rich, but because you can rebuild because you have the blueprints. Same way in life. You can have everything that you've had to build up. You can be making millions, by the way. And you could do stupid things like spend it all or give it all away. But you know what's the most important part? Having the knowledge to be able to rebuild. If people take away the core principles of you, which is why I say your values are important, If they manage to do that, it's over for you. You're nothing. You're done because you're lost. And for a lot of younger people, they're trying to find themselves. And for a lot of older people, they either lost their ways because they sold themselves for compensation. And now they're getting older and now realizing that they never truly lived. You're living someone else's life. And here's the sad part, you know it. So let's switch gears and talk about that for a bit. Because I know a lot of you don't want to hear this. And this is how I started pretty much even my content in the beginning. But I think you need to hear it. You're not living your life. Seriously. You're living someone else's version of what your life is supposed to be. And that's the messed up part. You've been doing it for so long, you don't even question it anymore. You've become an NPC. You went to the school that they told you were supposed to go to. You got the job that they told you were supposed to get. You got married to the person who checked all the boxes. You bought the house. You signed the lease. Maybe some of you that you thought was of your dreams. But somewhere in that routine, you disappeared. And I'm not really here judging because a lot of us didn't realize it was even happening. That's the scary part. You don't want to wake up one day like, damn, I'm in a fake life. It's slower, it's subtle, and it creeps in. And I say this all the time. Life is about the three things that are important. And most people miss out on them or they don't even see it in front of their face. It's about choices, trade-offs, and most of all, other people. Those are the three things you should always be looking at. Hard for you to get anything or get anywhere without other people and without making the right choices for you and the things that you have to trade off. You can't just keep receiving. At some point, you have to lose something or you have to trade it in for something else. People start, when being questioned or even starting to look at their own lives, people start biting their own tongues. The next thing you know, you're going through life. You smile. You kind of numb though. You start convincing yourself that this is what it feels like to be an adult. Like, nobody's really happy, right? And that's the lie that we start to sign off on. But deep down, you're off track. You can feel it. That little voice that's like, this shit ain't right. This is not it. A lot of people try to drown it out by picking up hobbies that are really not even about what they want to do, but what will benefit the very work that they're in. Or they bury themselves in work. Or they try to get around by making travel plans. That little bit of time off is supposed to fix you. Maybe you get a tattoo. Maybe you pick up a side hustle. But the truth is, you're still sitting back in your own head, pissed off, probably while you're taking your Uber ride back home. And look, I get it. Walking away from the version of your life that no one else is celebrating, that's terrible. Because people aren't going to clap when you quit your job. Even if you've been saying that your job that you can't stand, by the way, no one's going to clap when you leave it. They're going to look at you crazy for you doing so. They're going to ask you, you're leaving your job? Well, what else you got? What's your next step? What about your family? What about your 401k? What about your benefits? What if, what if, what if? Never asking those questions while you were actually on the job. They're not gonna cheer for you and say, this relationship isn't working. I'm happy that you're leaving. They're gonna judge you. They're gonna gossip. But guess what? You're the one who has to wake up because this is not a dress rehearsal. This is the only life you've got. And it's your life, not theirs. So let me ask you something. And be honest with yourself. You don't have to be honest to me. In this episode, I want you to just don't lie to yourself. If nobody is watching, if nobody had an opinion, what would you be doing right now? Ask yourself that question. That's the flashlight. That's the thing that pulls you out of this life that you've been living for other people and into the one you actually want. And if that hits you a little too close, I don't want you to worry about it because it means that you landed. You're not broken. You're overdoing a real decision. And I think the biggest myth is just trying to figure it out. I love to come back to the point of figuring it out because there's this big lie floating around that by a certain age, we all have to figure life out. It just needs to be solidified. The career, the relationship, the house with the white picket fences, crazy enough. But reality, it's messier. I was looking at a study that was early today that made me think about the second quarter. There's a study on LinkedIn that found that 25% of working professionals, are currently considering changing jobs. For me, that means that 1 in 4 people are questioning their life path. They're seeking something different, something more fulfilling. Because life isn't a straight shot when it comes to making a clear choice and a clear destination. It's a series of twists and turns that we all know. It's about taking detours. And yes, sometimes you run into damn dead ends. It's a maze. It's the gymnasium of life. And that's okay. The pressure to have everything sorted out by a certain age is not only unrealistic, but it's detrimental. The most important part, if you ask me, is just waking up and understanding whenever that shit hits you. Understanding and making an action, not falling back and saying, well, I've just been doing it for so long. I can't stop now. I think for a lot of people, it leads into rush decisions, settling for less, and of course, consistently feeling bad because you constantly feel like you're behind. Now, I would say that when you wake up, embrace the uncertainty. That I think is really going to be in those moments, in those particular moments when you're dealing with doubt, when you're questioning, when you want to grow the most. Instead of just sitting there and trying to figure out how to strive to figure it all out, how about you focus on the journey itself? Focus on the path. Where are you trying to get to? Most people get so caught up in doing what they're told to do in their jobs, they don't really take the time to start figuring shit out. They don't really start taking the time to start learning new shit, getting new experiences, self-developing. They expect the job to develop them throughout life. And spoiler alert, no one has it all figured out. We're all just trying to do this shit the best way we can. And for those who don't even want to think about it, who think they got their own shit all caught out, your ego is costing you Because often one of the biggest obstacles that we run into, it's not external. It's not them. It's us. It's the internal. I it's our ego. I've definitely have had him. Definitely confronted him. See, people have that voice. They have that voice that, hell, I even hear the opposite. Hear that voice that says that we can't start over. We can't start over. That we can't start at the beginning again. That we always have to appear like we're successful. Growth requires humility, folks. It demands that we set our shit aside, that we set our pride to the side, that we have to acknowledge that, quite frankly, you have shortcomings, that things will happen to you. I mean, not for nothing, I think about this whole situation, even with Uncle Tom and his family, right? There's a whole bunch of stuff going on, but they're taking it with stride. They're happy that they have their lives. They're happy that their family is still good. Yes, it's a bit of a setback, but they don't think it's all over. They are actually like, there's other things we can do now. And by the way, guys, thank you for that. Please help. A lot of people, they're not willing to start from scratch again. Even keep in mind, you don't have to hit a freaking slump in your life. You can decide at any moment that you want to do better, that you want to make a change. Not for anyone else, but for yourself. And many of us like to let our egos drive our decisions. People like to stay in places that they hate because they're too proud to admit that they're freaking stuck. I see people that keep pretending that they're fine, and yet I can see them in the bathroom breaking down. People who are out here, even on YouTube, want to avoid being called weak. People who are avoiding asking for help because they think it makes them look like a failure. And guess what? Your ego isn't doing you any favors. It's costing you your development. The truth is, growth happens when you stop pretending and you put that shit to the side and you really start admitting, I don't know everything. That's one of the problems that I have with people on YouTube. You all want to pretend like well, the majority of you want to pretend like you got shit all figured out and that you think that you got the game to change someone else's life when you're just like anyone else. When you actually can admit that shit to you, you'd be surprised where real changes begin. And this is where we even come to the whole concept of the idea of people who just want to be right rather than be effective. That's ego shit. Just saying. If anything, I would just say to stop holding on to your ego. I think you should really put it back from time to time and really tinker around in that mind of yours and ask yourself what you really want. That fear that you're looking at, that thing that you call is weak, or that thing that you claim that you're lost about, probably is exactly what you need to get unstuck. Whether it means quitting your job that's draining you, what it means starting a new business, whether it means just letting yourself be vulnerable, what do you actually start holding back and actually developing a little bit of humility, a little bit of self-awareness. Now, how big your ego is, or how many followers you've got. Once you realize that it's possible to have all things accomplished if you just realize what choices, what trade-offs, and most of all, what people you have around you. But that's my thoughts. Link is in the chat. Give me your thoughts. Guys, please help. Please help support. It's a very, very bad situation. I wouldn't wish that on many people. Keep in mind, I said the word many people. I didn't say anyone. I wouldn't wish that on many people, though. Do yourself a favor, guys, and help support someone who's been out here in these YouTube streets like anyone else he's been over there. He's been doing streams for years. He's got a good following, a solid community. It's just so weird to me that literally the day I was talking about the disconnect and trying to build this bridge between one another, that this happened. I think it is absolutely crazy. Thank you. That is solid words right there. Solid. That is a great way to put that. That was so great. It's true. It did a lot for me. Honestly, if I didn't start looking at my own life and making decisions I made, good chance I would have never, ever been able to talk with you guys. Wouldn't happen. But even now, when I think about this new quarter and the new decisions that I've had to make, it's all based on the fact that I couldn't keep staying the way that I was. I had to make choices once again. Keep in mind, I don't mind pretty much working for myself, but I wasn't really making it as much as I used to, and I want to be sure that we can take care of the things that we need to. Not that I don't have a problem cutting back, I absolutely can. But for the things that I want, it requires me to do more, which required me to sacrifice a little bit more of my time. And the one thing I like that I've had for at least about a good 3 years now is roughly my own time. Even when I was on somebody's clock, I had a little bit more freedom. Is it because I can choose when to do it, not where to do it, not if I'm done, I'm still stuck. And that's the difference now. I have to go back under someone else's clock. If I am done, I'm not done. You said lots of stuff that when I just try. Some people, they don't want to try. They need to get past that point. They need to get past that point. Well, I can tell you I wouldn't have been here. I probably just would have been trying to flee to be under somebody else, someone else's clock to do the same thing again. Because the truth of the matter, at the end of the day, it wasn't the job I was at. It wasn't the people. Yes, they annoyed me. But at the end of the day, I still made a lot of choices. At the end of the day, it was still me. It wasn't until I had to take a step back and realize that I had to make a sacrifice. That's when I started getting better. I was making myself physically sick, being stuck and saying that things would get just easier if they just did what I asked. Now, keep in mind, there was definitely stubbornness on other people's parts because it's not like they weren't giving warnings as to how I was feeling. But instead of me thinking that if they just give me what I'm asking, and again, it's not a money thing. If they just give me the kind of freedom and time that I need for me to get better, I can be better for them. Keep in mind what I just said, that I can be better for them, not I can be better for me. And when we could not find a way to sync up, I had to take it back by any means possible. And that's when I left my employer. That's when I got all the questions. What are you going to do? If you're leaving, you must be under somewhere else. I'm like, I have no plans. I have no other employer. I don't want to just be jumping ship on somebody else's rules that I'm going to be starting all over again and feeling the same way again. It's like a relationship. I did not want to take my baggage into a new relationship. I didn't want to. And then I went to figuring it out, which brought me on this journey. Books, eventually finding people who are like minded, being on YouTube, developing my own path, starting my own shit, working with people rather than just for them. I was actually able to give my own opinions. I was actually able to, opinions is probably something that came upon the show. I was able to start talking to a lot of people and I was able to start leveraging what I wanted. And I couldn't do that before. What's going on, Brick?
What's up, brother man? How you doing today?
I'm tired, but thanks for asking.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to hear the words. People ask you how you doing, that sort of thing. So I try to make sure to say it. Um, as well as, I appreciate what you do. I know people want to pretend like, oh no, Rick coddling. No, I appreciate it. No. No, I appreciate what you're, doing, especially tonight. Like you mentioned, fellow content creator, going through what he's going through. And one of the things that I do know is it's not easy to ask for help. And then when people are reaching out, asking for help for you, it, it cuts a little deeper even,
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you know that as well as I do. Probably been through some similar situations. Asking for help ain't easy, so that and it's funny too because it tends to be the ones who have the least that help the most. I know that part very well. So showing that appreciation.
I was never asked. I just I feel it's for me to do so because, like I said, he pushed me to even do this.
Reciprocate, and not because of some disposition, but rather because you care.
Yeah,
Because you care, right? Yeah.
that's
It's
really what
tough,
it is.
man. It's tough, man.
I want to support the people who I care about. That's
Yeah.
it.
And it can go
It's
away
that.
just like that.
Yeah.
Gone. It's gone. It's gone, man. All of it. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah, I've been there a few times. I've seen a couple of fires. Haven't lost everything in fires. I've lost everything for other reasons, and a couple of them my own fault. So, and once or twice, not my fault. Just kind of when you get into that, I don't know, path, it kind of starts hitting you. It's almost like when it rains, it pours. And so when somebody does reach out and help, it means that much more. So yeah, um, you doing this stream, LA jumping in, OG do dirty, anybody who donates, you know, I know it's appreciated. I know well that it's appreciated. You know, I'm in a situation right now where I couldn't get through it if it wasn't for other people helping me out. You know, so, but that's kind of my view on that, and as far as life changes and things like that. I mean, there's some rebuilding that's going to happen, um, and that's going to have to be done on on his part. He's going to have to figure out how he's going to go about doing that. And fact of the matter is, the time that he put in, he's not getting that back. He won't be getting that back. That's gone. That's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's one of the scariest parts.
Yeah, it sucks. It's so sucks. I was thinking about it even at first, and I don't have nearly as much, but I'm like, but if it was, I know what it's like to lose shit. I've moved several times, in my life, and I know what it's like to move to somewhere else, and you're like, I lost shit. One of the places that before I moved to where I am now, another place I was at, I lost everything because of mold. I literally started everything over. I mean, shit that I had since I was like young, like in my teens, gone. And that's why I also learned a little bit of a minimalist kind of style. It never looks like that from people on the outside looking in, but I'm like, I can easily give shit up. I'm the same way with clothes. To me, like quality over quantity. Yeah, it suck if I would lose it, but I don't need a vast amount of shit. I don't. I also have to be willing to, if I get something new, get rid of something old. I do not become a collector.
Yeah. Yep.
If it's not functional, I'm not really looking for it. At least
Yeah,
this shit that looks aesthetic, it serves a purpose.
Right. It's a set. And then you've got your books. Well, you see, so you got your don't quit. That's your motivation.
Yeah.
You got your locksmith in the background. There's some more motivation for you. Don't be a locksmith, Jeremy. Just kidding.
Always good to have
you got
your
books. Yeah, no. And then
there's no skeleton key. There's no magic key that unlocks everything, right? And the time we invest is an investment. There's only so much return on investment when it comes to diving into the deep end of the pool.
Just so you know, Uncle Fatty, you're clipping a little bit.
Probably.
Your mic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so you know. Go ahead, though. You're fine. Unless you can fix it. You know how to fix it.
Here.
Again, guys, just doing this stream to help support Uncle Tom and his family. Like I said, their house went up in a fire. For those who didn't know, it happened just a couple of days ago. They lost everything. So if you can, Cash App is right here on the bottom. It's actually their his wife's sister. She's getting everything and helping them out. She actually went over there to help them out, so she's there with them. Anything that you can, whether you even want to donate here on YouTube, YouTube takes their cut. So whatever the takeaway from that is, I will personally be putting up the rest of it to make sure that they get the full investment of it. But if you don't want to worry about that, if you don't want to worry about YouTube, be sure to actually submit it to that Cash App. It's going to be here for a moment, just to make sure that they can get whatever they can. And I say, look at it on your end, right? If it was you, you would want to know the people who rock with you, even if they've never really been someone you can actually touch, would care enough to actually want your well-being at the end of the day. I know it's YouTube, we get into a lot of different areas and we like to do all the kicking and scratching, but at the end of the day, we're still people. And like I said, this is not a joke. This is not a dress rehearsal, people. This is the one chance you get.
How's that? Is it a little better?
Yeah, the clipping's gone, but I'm getting an echo.
Yeah, I can hear the stream.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy, man. Like the thing is, it's gone, and I've lost it all myself, man. And just looking back at what I've been through, and I can only relate to what I've been through. The man built everything. It's so wild to consider because I don't know everything that he had. I don't know what his possessions were. There's things like family photos, probably, right? That part, right?
Family
Was one of
photos, rather large house, cars, multiple cars.
yeah, yeah. I mean that photos thing, right? So the reason it comes to my mind is going to my own family.
History.
So one of the fires that we had was we had stored all our photos in a shed because we were in the process of moving stuff around, and they were probably in there maybe a month or two that they had been in there, right? And that shed burnt. It was that shed. No other sheds around. That shed burnt. So all our family photos are gone. And my mother was actually in the process of doing like Facebook uploads at that time. That was back when, Facebook was a little bit more trusted than it is now. So she was uploading photos. She got about halfway through it. And now they're gone. It's just all gone. And it's insane. Because, we have the technology now where we can do the digital stuff, but back in the 80s, the 90s, and even the early 2000s, it wasn't like that. If you wanted to do a recording, you would have to break out this big, giant VHS recorder. You'd pop the not recorded VHS in there, looking like a whole TV production with a big, giant tripod to hold the big stinking thing. Now you just walk around with the phone, and it's just wild because it ain't like it used to be. And so the only things that were available were those Polaroids. Those Polaroids, they're all gone. Or you'd take it to the Walmart and have them develop it, or whatever photo developing studio there was. And so and Tom's not a young guy, and so there's no doubt that was there. So that's the biggest thing for me when I look at the situation is I think about, I believe that, that was the most valuable thing it was for us. And then when it was gone, it was gone. And the thing is, we can still go back and look at some of the stuff. Like I mentioned, some of it still was uploaded and, Facebook and a few hard drives. And then, we've got other family who took photos and still have their photos. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, we can't do that. We can't go look at ours.
Gone. Yeah.
It's all gone. And so you mentioned, I believe yesterday that he only had like one phone that he came out with.
Yeah. It just so happened his wife was like actually right outside when it happened, so she still had her phone.
So
yeah,
still getting some feedback.
He got a new phone. Yeah, someone had a channel open. But yeah, he got a new phone and everything. He's still going to work and everything. So
yeah, whole lot of feedback, by the way. Whole lot. Like it's a steady static. I'm sorry, but it is. It's a lot of static coming through.
there you go.
There it is.
How's that?
There we go.
Yeah,
whatever that was.
Whatever that was.
Okay.
Static
Hard, man.
Yeah.
I think you're getting real close to what I'm always thinking about this whole situation, about everything. What is the expectation?
I'm working on my new mic, so there might be some static or something. Do I sound okay?
So
Yeah,
far,
you're good. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Like with the things, you know, we know we can't take everything with us. We can't take anything with us. We're not promised tomorrow. We're not promised. We're not even promised today. Are we bound to the things that we collect and things that we define? Those things are us, or are we those things? Are we able to slip past the commercial idealistic expectation that's placed upon us by capitalist society and just be ourselves to a true point of like, I know what I expect out of myself. That's all that I can manage. I can't manage anybody else's expectation of what they think I should be doing or what or who I should be. Yourself can't like live up to anybody else's criteria of what they think is good, acceptable, moral, correct, any of that bullshit. Are we stepping into life and our situations with an actual like fuck yes attitude? Because even stepping in 99% yes is a no. You know, if we're not fully vested, we're not gonna fucking succeed. I know I'm
I
not.
think for a lot of people, I
You
think a
know,
lot of people
I'm
have
not
a hard time.
like,
I'm I'm sorry.
you know,
I'm sorry. You're like breaking up, Uncle Fatty. I didn't know you were still talking.
but you know what I'm saying. But, you know, when you're going in, it's got to be all or nothing. You know, and when we go in half-hearted, go in half-assed, and just allow things to define us, rather than forcing ourselves to define what and who we are and what we want to be. And it's a different world that way. It's just a different outlook. Am I going to allow the weather lady to tell me how tomorrow's going to be and allow myself to adapt to that prescribed future? Tomorrow's going to suck because it's raining. Tomorrow's going to suck because it's too hot outside. Tomorrow's going to suck. There's always a reason why tomorrow's going to suck. Somebody's always going to be able to be there to tell you why it's going to be that way. Tomorrow's going to be fucking awesome. It's going to be the best day ever. Today was the best day ever. Tomorrow's going to be even better.
True. It's true.
You're going to wake up in the morning and say, I fucking hate today. Today sucks. Or you're even out of bed, right? And expect something to be fucking grand and awesome about that day.
It says more about them. It's not like they've never been through rain before.
Right. And, you know, it's adapt and overcome. It's diversity. It's not diversity. It's the ability to adapt and overcome and the ability to change in the fleeting moment.
Yeah.
You know, is that
Agreed.
yeah. And losing everything that quick like that, like I've been thinking all day about this shit because I got tornado people calling from the Midwest. I got tornadoes going off. I could be over there hauling houses to the dump right now. And one of the main things we always look for, like you're just talking about, was pictures. You know, and the little sentimental stuff in these piles and piles of rubble. Other people's houses that are blown onto other people's properties, and like the way the communities come together in those situations. It's one force that drives us to be the humans that we are, the basic, bare bones, no possessions, no bullshit to worry about. It's just us and our family. It's our body, and that's all we have. You know, those are the moments that I think, man, that really bring humanity together, because we're not worried about
into the world, kicking and screaming, man, and that's how I'll leave it. You know,
I'm gonna go all yelling, "Fuck yeah!" I'm sure.
Yeah.
Or what about you? I'm sorry. What about you, Josh and James?
I don't know. I kind of feel mostly bad about Tom. About it's actually the family photos. That'd be the thing that would break me fast as hell. I just realized I only have one photo of me and my father. Like so now I'm sitting here thinking I need a fireproof safe because my shit could burn down just as easy. Live in a fucking log home, right? Like my shit damn sure go up faster than hell, right?
Yeah.
I'm maybe that's how this works in life, that we're meant to learn from everybody else. This sucks.
It does.
But are pictures just a way of holding on to a sentimental moment that is actually like really best held onto in our mind anyways?
Well,
Isn't it talking about our families and talking about our past loved ones that keep them alive?
well, yes, but also sometimes it's like what I the problem that we have, like even when I look at social media, is that people take a picture of everything, right? What's more important is not the picture. It's what comes behind it. It's the meaning of the picture.
It's the moment
It's
that the
the
picture
moment.
captures.
Because sometimes we don't even think about it, but sometimes it's like when people look at themselves younger, or if they're looking at their lives way later in the future, maybe they have friends, family, no family, but maybe they have older friends they lost contact with. They just got busy with life, kids, job, maybe moved, and then they see somebody, they were digging through their photos and they see them like, oh, we were like, this is why I even had I'm remembering right now as I'm saying it, the whole stream, right? I remember I had a conversation about how we lose track of friends, people that you've had really great conversations with, a great relationship with, and because of life and because of how fragile memory is, sometimes we lose track of we leave pieces of ourselves behind in history, and sometimes just being able to see things can help rekindle and help us remember who we are and who were really important to us that we don't see on a regular basis, which will be the thing that help you reach out to those old people, those old folks, and just say, hey, I haven't heard from you in a long time, how you been?
Exactly. It's a landmark. You see it and you're like,
It's an
oh,
anchor.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And if you didn't have that picture, see, the thing is, especially as I get older, I realize, oh, memory not so good. Not as what I believed it would be. You know, when you're young, you really don't even consider it. And then you get into your 20s and you're like, yeah, I could probably remember some of this stuff. Let me go out here and have some fun with my friends and blah, blah, blah. And then you get into your late 30s and you're like, wait a minute. What happened? And then you go look at the photos. Well, I ain't got no photos to look at. So yeah, no, it's pretty wild.
I want to put an emphasis. It's better to remember all your friends from the past, right? You talk about these women, right? No, it's a different story there, right? That's when that Alzheimer kicks in, right? Because that's the best. You're getting strange every night. You're just rolling over. What? Who are you?
That goes to Fatty's point. Hey, it's a great day to be alive. Don't remember that shit.
What's her name?
I don't remember your name. Wait, what are you doing here?
I mean, not for nothing. I think you're gonna need pictures of them too, so you can remember who you can remember to wrap your shit up because somebody got you burned one time.
Damn.
Versus you don't take pictures, you don't remember, and then next thing you know, here you keep sliding on into different people and not learning that lesson. You don't remember when you were sitting there and your shit was all cloudy.
Or
You don't-
learn hey, or you can learn the lesson and not sliding on to different people. How about that?
Hey, wait. You don't need to
Not
you
one
don't
person.
need to just slide on to different people. You can just slide onto one, but you don't know their history now, do you?
You could,
Don't
but
need to
the
know the history.
odds of you sliding onto one, it's a lot slimmer that would
That's
happen.
probably what she said, but you still get the cloudiness. You still get the droopy dick later.
Yeah, how often do we go back and look at pictures now that everything's digital and we have tens of
There you
thousands
go.
of them? You know, what are they really worth? Is it really worth the clicking of the button that installs that still shot in our mind? That becomes the stimulus for conversation later. That it becomes the the living on. You know, after we're gone, we're gone, but we live on in other people's words. We don't live on necessarily in other people's thoughts. The thoughts will always be there. It's when people speak our names after we're gone that we continue to live. Our story continues to inspire, right? So is a picture really worth 1,000 words, or are the words worth the picture?
Okay, since we got a bunch of dudes up here, you guys hang like your like photos up on the walls, or do you do like the photo album kind of thing?
More like the photo album.
Photo album. Yeah, if I have photos, it's more like a photo album, and most of my photos now are digital.
See, y'all got the ability to run in and grab an album, right? Like if it means something to you. All of my shit's hanging on walls. They got photos all over all the damn family. But now if the house catches on fire, right? Like I just might be able to randomly pick a room and grab a couple, but pretty much they're all going to go up and smoke faster than shit. Now I'm sitting here thinking about this.
Yeah, mine won't, because like I say, I do digital now. I've done digital. I've probably ever since I've started ever taking photos, but the photos that I've always been in before that.
You realize you're not going to disconnect that desktop, right? Like you're not going to start stripping out. Like it's going in with the fire.
Well, it's on my phone. I can literally take my phone and grab my phone and get out.
Did Tom get his
phone? Most likely though, because
he had to buy a new phone.
It would depend on where the fire would start. Granted,
one phone came out of that house, and it wasn't even in the house, and it's the only reason it survived. And I was actually going to tell you guys. So I know I mentioned that because my mother was smart enough. The reason she was smart enough to start uploading and putting onto drives those photos, the reason why is because when she was a little girl, she lost her home. Their house burnt down. My grandfather's and my grandmother's burnt down, and they lost all their family photos. So she doesn't have any photos from her childhood, and she lost all the photos from our childhood. And so that's why she was doing what she was doing. And like I said, nowadays, yeah, it's digital. Back in the 80s, the 90s, and times before, all the way back to, I believe, like the 1850s or so is when they started actually taking photos, and that sort of thing actually started taking place. All of that was good. Yeah, it was all on paper, and so now we have the ability for the digital, which is great. Take advantage of that, and take advantage because
everything can be uploaded somewhere. It doesn't have to be a physical form of possession.
It's called a backup. It's called a backup for a reason, right? And it does matter. A picture's worth 1,000 words.
And to back up the photos, you could put them on like a hard drive, throw it into one of those fireproof safes, and you got a backup right there for all your photos without even having to go onto the cloud, without having to give it over to someone else, that data.
I'll tell you, my mama would be proud of me right now mentioning what I'm saying, and she really would. She'd be like, you know what? I'm so happy that you said something. And for real, like, you guys, it's the one possession that you take the pictures because you're not going to get the time back, but the picture is that story that you get to tell that you didn't remember, because like I said, memory not so good when you get older.
Sorry, I'm over here making faces because I tried to redirect to you and I couldn't, and apparently I wasn't subscribed to you. I was looking all over it, because I played a video, and it auto played you guys live, and I'm like, wait, is that live? Is he going on right now? I said, okay, I'm getting ready to end, so I'm going to redirect to you, and I'm like looking for you all over the search bar to try to redirect to you. I mean, you came up on my feed, so I don't understand. It's weird, man. But anyway, I rectified that. What's up, everyone? And by the way, I did talk about what happened to Unkle Tom and his situation. And tomorrow's not promised. And I've never seen anyone pulling a U-Haul behind a hearse. So what is important is immediately important and obvious. It's you can't take any of it with you. I guess you could leave your name, legacy. But you know what I'm saying? Like, what have you done in your life? But you can't take any of it with you. You can leave something behind for other people, I guess. That's a good thing. And what a tragedy. What is it? I missed it. The TLDR. He lost everything. Didn't have a go bag, nothing.
It literally happened while on stream. Like, literally just happened like right behind him in the next room. So they literally got everybody got out.
Okay.
Remember, he just has grandchildren and everything, and they're all there. He got all the dogs out and everything, but about 95% of the house is gone. I think only like one bedroom, like kind of survived, but everything else, the cars, everything gone.
Was it anywhere near where his smart meter was?
I don't know. I do know the last thing that was being said is that even the fire department can't figure out the cause right now.
Well, smart meters, I haven't find out where it started, if possible, and if it ties back to the smart meter, because those analogs that the smart meter replaced these analogs, and most of these houses they're not just capable of handling, and it pulses insanely powerful sometimes. And it almost makes you wonder, not only can they remotely turn off your power if you disappoint your leader, but they might even be able to jack it up to the point where they can take everything from you, if you know what I mean, like what happened. Anyway, hello everyone, and thanks for letting me come up.
No problem. Because I really wanted to do this. I was really tired, and I said, I'm gonna do it. And I was like, no, I'm not. No, I'm gonna just force myself to do it. So I said, I'll spend a little bit of time, make sure that we're up here, let everybody know, like, this is pretty much what's happening. For those who actually know about him and his actual channel, of course, always support as well. Like I said, the thing that keeps drumming in my mind is like, literally, we were having a conversation about that disconnect between content creator and the viewer, and then supporting those that we actually do like to frequent. We hope that, as the viewer, because we're all viewers as well. Even though we're content creators, we do get into chats of other people and we do watch them. We don't always go on panel. Sometimes we spend time. So we also get that viewer experience, and we also donate to people that we support. So the ideal is that if you have somebody that you've been watching as a content creator and you feel like you've gotten some kind of value or from them, when they're really at their time of doing that, when an unexpected thing happens, because a lot of people like to believe that because we have cameras, because we're up here, we all big time, we making it, we doing it, and then you can see that it's not the truth, that we're just normal like everyone else. Tragedy can befall anyone. Nobody is shielded from life. But also, there's a point there where you can see people who even claim that, we've had big arguments or whatever. You'd be surprised how quickly a community can come together. But it's not just other content creators. It's also the viewers as well. Show your support, show your love, hit their community pages, reach out to them, write an email, what let them know your hearts and your prayers are with them. Yeah, and keep in mind, we've been trying to go behind the scenes and even support him. When that happened, he never asked us to.
Right. So, well, here's an interesting thing. If it weren't for the viewers, we'd just be some crazy dudes talking to ourselves, and there might be some questions involved, right? So there's a lot of gratitude, and you do even if one person's watching you, you're not alone, and it's meaningful and it matters. It really does, and we appreciate it.
I thought y'all were just figments of my fucking daydreams, anyways. Am I awake right now?
No, haven't gotten to that next day yet.
I mean, right though, Jess. I mean, it's.
Hey, I'll tell you what. When tomorrow comes, it's going to be the greatest day.
Thanks. Yeah. This is literally like one of those things where you can say, I have a better reason. I have one more thing to feel grateful about. Because how many people can say they were being reckless until they know or they even see that it befell someone that was close to them or someone who they've seen? Worse that you just hear about it. I gotta wonder what. No, you can literally be online and see it. And it's like,
yeah,
that happened?
Yeah, that's a good term.
But there are people who are out there being reckless, like, it never happened before. Well, some of y'all might want to take care of some of the stuff you haven't been doing before. Maybe you one of those people in the wintertime that when you leave your house, you leave your little space heater on. Never happened before. I'm good. You gone for 12, 13 hours of the day, whatever. You come, you never know. Maybe you one of those mofos like, I like it to be sexy in my house, so I keep candles on when I'm sleeping. And maybe it's one of y'all hussies. Maybe y'all are the kind of people that like to put on all the lights and the space heat and everything else, but you never invested in a fire extinguisher. How smart is that?
Or a smoke alarm. Or a battery for the smoke alarm that you took the battery out of because it was even 3 months ago.
People say, I like to cook all day in the kitchen, don't have a fire extinguisher. What happens with that grease fire?
Blame women for their shitty cooking? Why the hell? Damn.
I'm sure it's more tasty than yours.
Yeah, I keep one in my sink right near my, kind of close to where my stove is, so about 5 feet from my stove. It isn't, it's important. I just was thinking, because I've been thinking about the fire and stuff, and I was thinking to myself today, like, we got a lot more crap than we'll ever really need or be able to use. So why not simplify your life? Why not have a go bag ready with the most important documents? Why not think about getting a safety deposit box to keep valuable documents in? You know what I mean? These are things that are actually, that's actually really interesting.
Yeah, was it James who mentioned the fire safe? Yeah.
I don't know if would that actually work. I mean, wouldn't paper still like overheat or documents? Wouldn't it? Is it actually that fireproof?
Yeah, most of them are rated really.
Yeah. Because the material that they're made of is meant to be fireproof. Of course, yes, there is the possibility of heating, but typically, fire, the way it moves, it would move around it. And
it would move on. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
I found out it's probably it's not a bad idea to double up your paperwork. So, like Social Security cards, I didn't think about this. It just because I lost my Social Security, I had to go get another one. It turns out there's a limit. Like you can get 10 per lifetime, right?
Yeah.
What?
For 3 years.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know this, right? Like I thought you just lose it, you would get one. But apparently, like I went and filed for like 2 or 3, I think 3, all in the same year, right? And so that was my idea, was I was just going to basically spread them out in different houses kind of thing. But that's because I'm not good with paperwork. Like my desk looks like a bomb went off, right? It's just everywhere. Realizing I'm not as organized as I used to be. So, I mean, seems like a little bit of planning might be a decent idea for some of us. Can we hire Lindsay as a secretary? She might be organized. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a very important piece of information there, Joshua, to let people know as well. Yes, you can only have a limited number of Social Security cards that are original documents.
Yeah, I had no
printed
idea.
Out by the government. So make sure that you are very careful with what you do with your documentation, your pictures, things like that. The things that we're talking about. I mean, just like that. Go on. James, we're not hearing you at all. Actually, it's just gargled and static, and so you said you were working on your mic. So
no, sir. That sounds like you're trying to contact Cybertron.
It does.
Oh no, sir. No,
it's not at all.
It is not even
James,
a word.
James, are you talking?
There you go. He left.
Are you talking to girls on spaceships again, sir?
That was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Let me see.
I tend to like to do my own secretarial work. I look hotter in a mini dress than most gals do anyway.
Am I better now?
Oh, hell yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, that's what I was going to back out, come back in, and y'all could not hear me at all when I said that.
We could not hear a damn thing you said.
Yeah.
But
I thought you were a spy for a moment.
what was I going to say, though? I said something, and then like, now I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I was saying about how I was getting how I only got 2 Social Security cards. I had to get one recently because my original one was just so messed up and torn up because I'd had it for 20-some years. So,
assholes used to tell us we were not allowed to laminate them. Some of us did, right? And some of us didn't. And now those of us that didn't, now we got to go out and get new ones. And they're telling us to laminate it now, dicks.
Yeah, I'm trying to laminate this new one.
SSA blows ass.
They're telling you to laminate it? No,
yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because used to, they said don't do anything to it.
Yeah, they switched it. That was the thing, right?
Wow.
And us assholes that obeyed what we were told, right? Now we got to go out and get another one because our shit's like all messed up and half deteriorated. Yeah.
Wouldn't it just make sense for them to just laminate it for you before they send it?
That I was just thinking that.
It's the government, right? I'm not I'm an employee, not a representative. I know nothing.
Well, that reminds me of what I was just speaking to the council on, because they were saying something about the records request, the IPRAs here in New Mexico. They said, the labor's really high. We have to, take a lot of time to do it. And so when I went up there, I'm like, if you guys want to, you don't have to take my advice. It's just advice. You could just make 2 copies. Servers are cheaper than labor. Make a redacted and then an unredacted. But that makes sense, right? And so they'll probably never do it.
Now, my tax money.
Good job. Let's not do that.
Except for the sovereign citizens, please, please, just show the government up and just set your Social Security card on fire.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you get that done. No, actually, the sovereign citizens don't have Social Security anymore because they renounced it or some. I forget how it.
Not until they burn their Social Security card. They have to burn it first, right? And it has to be done on stream. You need video evidence.
Yeah,
Wrapped in a bra.
Damn.
Just that quick.
We were never expected to carry our Social Security cards and be able to prove this shit before, so it's kind of a thing too. You're not. What's the expectation?
Well, I wonder if the whole lamination thing has to do with this whole real ID thing, because I used to have a blue retirement military ID, and when my wife had to go in to renew hers, they were like, well, you should renew yours too, and they got this new ID, and I'm like, that's weird.
No, the real ID system is a centralized database. It's basically like you're gonna go up and get your driver's license at some point, depending on what state you're in, right? They're gonna ask you for Social Security and birth certificate. They're gonna digitally scan it and they're gonna put it in their database, so they have a record of it. The feds don't give the information down to the states, but they're requiring it now for the states to collect it and then supposedly have a centralized database in the Fed, which I don't know how this works. Like, they would already have records of it if they wanted it. It's just they want us to do the footwork, I think. but they're every state has to actually submit this information. So generally speaking, like, if you were to be like in the DMV is where it's being collected. I don't know if they're the ones responsible for storing it, but generally speaking, you think if you get pulled over by a cop, they're going to know whether you're a citizen or not, because here's welcome to the new age.
Well, a lot of people are saying it's attached to like the Big Brother's watching you. What do they call it? The social credit score? What are they calling it?
Oh, the Chinese one.
China, that there's something nefarious going on with that.
So
anyone else been having a lot of like really whisper quiet Gulf streams flying over their house constantly in non-normal patterns? Because I've been here for like, I don't know, like 10 years, and you get used to, aircraft coming out of Knox, Fort Knox and stuff like that, and all of a sudden I'm seeing weird flight patterns and these whisper quiet Gulf streams all over the place, all hours. Anyone else?
Well, you know how to solve that, right? You just get one of them like pen lasers and just start aiming it at the air.
I disavow.
I went ahead and pulled up for you the real ID. It says a real ID is a federal compliant ID card required for domestic air travel and entering certain federal facilities, while an enhanced ID, showing the difference between that, also known as enhanced driver's license, meets real ID standards and also allows for border crossings by land or sea. So I guess the real ID is so that you can I guess it's for domestic travel. That's what it says.
You can still use a passport for domestic travel, right? Like if your driver's license isn't like, if it doesn't, I think it's got like this like little round thing with a star on it. Most states are that way.
Yep.
If you don't have that, you can just use a passport and it's the same thing. Because all passports are real ID compliant.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So the passport is, but like my state, I mean, Resla's shitty ass fucking liberal state, right? Like
except
that
except the one who's right up with the pigs, the cows, the chickens.
New York hasn't like fully complied, and they haven't complied the last 10 years, right? So
no doubt.
It just is what it is. Bunch of bullshit got to deal with.
And it's just the same thing like GS was saying. It's just taking in your birth certificate and social, and then they scan it in, put in the system, and you get the star on your card so they know you're verified, verifiable, whatever it is.
There's nothing special. It's just a centralized database from the state. And then I guess in this case, it's the DMV that's collecting it. I don't know about the other ID systems. I don't know what an ID is other than a passport or a driver's license. I mean, I guess the state, the state ID would be the same thing. Like instead of having the driver's license, you just get up there and get that. But it's the same thing. It all goes right through the DMV. I just don't know if there's any other ID systems. I've never really asked anybody for anything else.
No, they used to take the college. They would take the certified college IDs, the DMV here now, and they don't do that anymore for.
Patty, your mic is peaking really odd. It's popping real bad.
It's the clip, and it's probably, and I'll tell you what it probably is. It might be a noise gate. Yeah. Does that sound right? Noise gate. Yeah.
It's Fatty. They're watching you.
Because what it is yes, that sounds so much better.
Yep. Yeah. I had all the music shit fucking turned on earlier.
That's what it was. Very cool.
Have y'all noticed the authenticator app that's through the Fed? Like you go to log in. If you're drawing Social Security, like if you're collecting in on it, right? Like they have their own login system. They've got this thing attached to the phone. I sort of like it because it's easy, but at the end of the day, right? Like you're just like, I don't like.
See what though, man? I had a phone stolen out of my van about 4 years ago now. There's nothing. I had no passwords on anything. Nothing. No key codes. No fucking special things. No nothing. Bank accounts. Nothing. I just extra 2 or 3 seconds to log in shit. Right.
Waking up again.
Yeah, you're
going in and out again.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but considering that some of these apps, right? Like I might be joining some of you guys. I'm really might be jumping on that bandwagon real quick because some of that shit's kind of scary. You got your phone numbers attached to it, which you know how Google operates. The last history of or the history of the last 10 years is attached to that. So all of your phone numbers from the
it's all fully shared. It's fully shared as soon as you put it onto Google.
And you can't get away from it. It's like, damn, right? You could be sharing stuff that you don't want to and have no choice about it. You don't really get a choice in the matter. That's the part that I'm kind of a little concerned about.
Well, to be honest with you, I'm not so much worried about whether they know where I'm at and all of that stuff. That's just me. Because the thing is they already are going to want to. And if I'm trying to keep too secret, then that's what's going to draw attention to me, kind of thing. So if it is the case that they're going to be coming after the people who are trying to stay hidden, if you will, and I put myself as a normie in the system, and they don't really think twice. They're like, oh yeah, that's just one of them normal citizens. He doesn't really cause us any trouble, except for when he goes and tries to tell officers to sign their oath.
Damn.
Why are you still talking to me?
Just damn.
Why are you talking to me?
Sorry.
So, I guess we're now the normies. Damn, that sucks. I don't even think I like that label. Right? It kind of hurts my feelings a little bit. I liked it when my mommy called me like this special her special little snowflake. Right? Like I enjoyed that.
Okay, Joshua, you're a little special. You're a little special.
See, here we go.
And a snowflake.
Hey,
hot in here.
Did the Yankee just call me a snow? Listen here, you mother.
Shots fired.
You're right. I am a Yankee, Tommy.
Yeah.
You realize that the Catskill aquifers where you get water. I might just go over to the mountain next to me and take a piss in that lake just so you drink decent water.
That's why I drink bottled.
Golden showers. Just think of me next time you're in the shower, right? Just think of me.
Good. Yeah, you just ruined
We're not gonna look at the big pause.
life.
I know that's what you tell the lady boys. I know you missed them because of that.
I do miss the I shout out to Thailand. We miss you. Red light district, all that good stuff. Damn. Passport bros be winning.
That's more like the black light district over there.
Degenerate. You're a degen. Look at you, you degenerate.
And speaking of shout outs, guys, make sure to hit that link. The stream is too. Yeah, and the stream is for Unkle Tom. That horrible fire. Yeah, it's not easy rebuilding. So every little bit counts. If you can. If it's 99 cents, $1, couple dollars, $5, whatever you can. Every little bit counts. They're gonna have to rebuild, and it's gonna be tough.
Everything counts in small amounts. The grabbing hands grab all they can. It's Depeche Mode.
I'm thinking, just trying to like brainstorm a little bit here. Like, if it's the case that we might be able to do a stream and get like Fatty in a mini skirt, maybe a little halter top, right? Get them to dance on camera. Do you think we might be able to attract some revenue that way?
No. What the?
Nope. I am not coming to that stream.
No, I'm not either.
I won't be coming to that stream.
Big money.
You will be alone, Josh. You will be alone.
Little side net. Little side net never hurt nobody.
You see this? Well, like we can't seem to agree to come together for a good cause. Man, God, y'all are assholes.
I'm in.
Come together right now.
I can come together for a great cause, but not in that way. Not in that way, Josh.
Yeah, that would be antithetical.
That was a big A word. I like that. It kind of made my pants tight. There we go. Locksmith Jeremy for $5.
Hell yeah!
Appreciate your locksmith. He gives
the big five. Says,
"Fam," and we rebuild. That's Fam, Tom, and Kai. Thank you very much, man.
I'm late. What up?
What's good, Orthodox?
How y'all guys do?
What's up,
brother, man?
Yo.
Just having game night with the boys.
Yep, I'm getting ready to do some Schedule 1 with a guy formerly known as Lick the Whole Boot.
Oh, do you play Barotrauma?
You said formerly known.
Yeah, he got his account got taken down by
shit.
Chris Ryder and some of the other people mass reporting it. That's what I say. You gotta be careful who you associate with, man, because some of these people out there are pretty disgusting.
Generally specific. Do you play any Barotrauma?
I don't know what is Barotrauma?
So it's a 2D side scroll. It's a new take on the 2D side scroller, right?
Yeah, I don't mess with a lot of the what do they call it? Gaming platform gaming. Is that
Well,
what
no,
you
no,
mean?
no. It's like I said, it's a new take. You basically play as a bunch of submariners on the European moon, or on the moon Europa, and
Okay.
you play as like under the undersea, and you have to fight off a bunch of monsters, and you actually have to upkeep your submarine while
Oh,
going from outpost to outpost. And like it's you can play it single player, but it's meant to be played multiplayer. And me and some friends have been playing it for the past 3 days, and it is so much fun. And you can really dick your friends over and like cause the reactor to explode, and you can just troll.
is it
And
kind
it's
of like Among Us a little bit?
it's actually like more like the game Among Us was based on Space Station 13.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So like but here's the thing, it's a 2D game.
Mhm.
It's a 2D game, and it's really 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 fun. So and you can have up to like 12 people.
I think some of the games that I had the most fun on were like the fishing game for like Nintendo, and they had like this 8-bit or 16-bit D&D game out for the longest time. I love that. Yeah, some of the older games are like really good memories associated with it. And lately, I've not been impressed, man. It's like the same game with the same trimming over it.
I don't
And
like modern games unless
yeah,
they're indie. Unless they're indie games, I don't like modern AAA titles. They quite frequently disappoint. Like
Red
Star.
Dead Red Dead Redemption 2.
Mhm.
Have you played it?
Yeah, I have.
Story is the tits, bro.
Eh,
Online's kind of garbage, but
I don't like the retelling. I don't like the retelling and the political messages that they try
there's
to
some of it.
pull.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we're bad. We're criminals. We murder people, but we're not racist. And we're the rugged individualist
Yeah.
libertarian, or the rugged individualist liberals. Not my thing. I just like Red Dead to be a cowboy and go shoot.
Mhm. Do you ever see the video of that chick that got the "Let me vote, I want to vote," and they like
Yeah.
he lassoed her and tied her up in the back of the horse and then threw her to the alligators down in
Yeah, it caused that believe it or not, that caused that creator to get
Yeah.
so much trouble.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, big time.
I remember
It
that
was
one.
hilarious.
So
He even caught hell. He even caught hell for going and killing the clan in that game, which is retarded as well.
Joe Rogan covered that too.
it's a game, right?
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption.
Red
Yeah,
Dead
it was a
Redemption.
game. This chick was
How-
like,
how
"Let me
much
vote.
would
I
you
want to
be-
vote." Maybe Resla will bring up the clip. I don't think you'll get in trouble for it.
Oh no,
Anyway.
have y'all seen her revenge clip where guys playing, and like out of nowhere, like there's an NPC, and, and he shoots the NPC, right? And she's like, "Let me vote, let me vote." She stops, she snaps, runs over to him, punches him, and it kills the guy. And then she goes right back to saying, "Let me vote."
That's
It was
funny.
like a glitch with the AI.
Hey, I'll
Like she tackles him, stands him up, and punches him, and he
let
dies.
me see if I can. I'll Google it. It'd be better. And I'll show Uncle Patty what Red Dead Redemption is.
Oh yeah,
I see
it's great.
games.
I love Red Dead
Yeah.
Redemption.
Y'all should
You got
try
one like-
y'all should try
both
Starfield.
of
Or
them?
not Starfield, Star Citizen.
Yeah, I never messed with that one. Yeah, RDR2 is really good, man. Well, RDR1, it was kind of ruined for me after playing RDR2. I couldn't
This
kind
is
of go
Red Dead
back to.
Redemption if
GS, you're fixing to get shoved in the lockers.
Oh, dude, yeah, I'm like, I was the weird guy at high school. I hung out with everybody. I didn't really have a clique. You know, I was kind of like, I don't know. I kind of attracted. I attract odd ducks. We'll just put it that way because I'm a bit of an
You're
odd
kind of
duck
like me.
myself.
You were your clique.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, exactly.
Kind of gravitate towards you.
I
Pretty
just
much.
like interesting people. I don't like a particular type of person. I like interesting people.
Oh, all right. I actually managed to find it. Here we go.
Oh, you found the clip. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, I thought okay.
Long as it takes. Come on, people. Let me vote.
Oh, that's number 2.
Fuck her up. Goddamn feminist. Fuck her up.
Oh, that's a different one.
That's Red Dead 2 right there.
Yeah, this is 2.
I forgot about that woman being in there.
This
ain't the same one though. I don't think.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you got to get the one where lasso and fed.
Yeah.
Maybe it is.
I
know.
This is
it's not
What the hell?
My average reaction to feminists.
What the hell?
That was wild,
dude. You gotta get the one where he lassos and feeds her to an alligator. That one's hilarious. Just do let me vote alligator. That should get you what you need.
I don't want to say that Grandma was right, but these video games are what's killing America, man. This is wrong.
I just want to officially announce that was the best porn I've seen all week long. Thank you very much.
BDSM or something like that. What is that? Is that what that's called? The choking and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm into all of that. Especially, Mama, join us. I miss you.
Wait, what?
Future is on its way.
Holy degeneracy, Batman!
Like if we only
are you trying to find it? I'll put it in the back chat for you. I can find it pretty easily.
We're gonna see Joshua's character on the next episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah, you got to understand. I'm desperate.
We're putting ourselves to have unlimited lives and unlimited cheat codes, and be able to fuck each other up like this, and expect society to maintain some sort of like civil discourse that's not completely based on fear and loathing and fucking.
Yeah, my brother in Christ. The average person can distinguish between reality and virtual reality.
But still, like, if we only had one life to save Zelda, tell me that life wouldn't be different, right? If we only had one life to save the princess, we didn't get all this extra cheat code shit. We didn't get all this extra come back and
okay. I think
up, down, left, right, B, like start bullshit, right?
No, you get a save.
My brother in Christ, Zelda can shake off, or Link can shake off bombs. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, I put it in the back chat. This is actually, I think this is the revenge one he was talking about. I've never seen it, but she's just like cold cocking a dude.
Yeah, she goes wild. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, let me find the other one though. That one's pretty funny if you want to play that one, Resla. That one.
I have some clips I have some clips that I'll show y'all. I'll download to my channel and I'll send y'all the link in the Discord of me and my friends playing Barrow Trauma. And there's this one scene where one of our friends gets sick with like a mutation in the game, and like we can't save him. So the captain of our ship is like, "Turn around, tell me about the rabbits." And he has like a comically large anti-material rifle, and you just hear boom.
I found one, but it's Red Dead 2. But I found it.
Yeah, but there's so many of them now. People are trying to copy them, so it's like I'm trying to find the original. The original is hilarious.
The original's from a channel called Dynamo.
Yeah, everyone's beating up the feminist. It's not even right, dude.
Hey, man, you're sorry, mister. My mistake. Please.
Oh, you found it?
No. Oh, you bastard.
Oh, no, this is a different one.
That's the revenge.
Jeez.
Money or your life?
Let me vote. Let me vote. Let me vote. I do this all day. Let me vote. Let me vote. Let me vote. I will say this for as long as it takes. Come on, people. Let me vote.
Oh my
What the hell?
That is wild.
I changed my mind. I changed my mind. I don't want Mama to come up on panel. No, I've changed my mind.
Going up on GS.
Wait, what happened? Wait, what did I miss?
I'm not sure, but I believe he said something about that feminist was going off on GS.
Oh yeah, that'd be funny if my face was in there.
That was you,
dude. I should clip that, man. I gotta send that to myself.
That's you.
I could have my
That's
I could have my
100%.
face over it, like getting punched. I'm always going after the feminist. I'll let him get a little revenge once in a while.
I'm just gonna be real. I don't think anybody would question women's suffrage. If that's how feminists actually got their right to vote. By fighting for it.
Like actually fighting. Yeah.
Yeah. Then actual person in the game that runs around doing that, though, or is that a bot or a character in the game that just shows up? Like that's not a real person playing that, going walking up to people and going, "Let me vote," right?
No, that's a character. That's an NPC.
Yeah, it's a reaction.
NPC, yeah. The only person that's
now the reaction, her AI, where she grabbed that guy. That's typically not an AI.
Oh, I found it. I got it.
Character has, so that's what makes it funny.
I'm almost positive. Here it is, right here, Resla. It's like 3 minutes, and again, I wouldn't give you anything that'll jeopardize your channel.
What's up, Rubus?
I've seen this one multiple times. This one's pretty.
Oh,
funny.
this is the one I just saw.
Okay.
She doesn't get taken by the alligator though.
Wait, she doesn't? It's like 3 minutes.
She does.
Yeah, she does.
She gets away.
What? No, he comes over and snaps her.
What's the fuck up with that background, Brick? What the fuck are you talking
about?
Oh,
it's a different one.
Circles her for quite some time, but she gets free.
Are you Star Trek now, Brick?
Yeah.
Captain Spock?
Where
Captain
is it
Brick?
then?
Maybe
he took that one down or something.
Background.
That's my channel. Yeah.
Okay. You look like Captain J.C. Kirk up there.
No, that's my channel.
I'm just saying, it looks groovy, dude. Looks groovy.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I figured that's what
that fucking fat ass. He got 8 moons in the back of his back. The fuck? That's
dude,
Is
that dude? Oh, it's Rufus. What's up, Rufus?
What's up, Jimmy Pacific?
Yeah,
Brick,
I was on a different
Brick, don't
channel.
take that shit. You let him know that Star Wars gets all the bitches.
Fanboys, baby.
I'm not a fan of either Star
God.
Trek nor Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm actually a Firefly guy.
Man, Brick fuck a girl before.
I hate you less for that. Firefly is superior.
Here's one for you guys. I don't like that one.
Yeah.
Brick, would you marry a woman with 4 eyes and 3 legs?
4 eyes and 3 legs? No. The 3
Personally, I want a woman with 3 titties.
3 legs? What?
Yeah, think about it. Hey, you thought about it, Brick? Like, wait a minute, hold on.
3 legs? No.
They had to think about what though.
4 eyes. Wait, 4 eyes is okay, I guess.
Captain
But no,
Kirk,
not 3 legs.
Captain Kirk fucking all alien bitches with 5 eyes, 6 legs. You know that, right? That's what Star Trek's all about. Captain Kirk had all the hoes.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, like with the story though,
it's kind of weird.
Yeah, see, I need something that can
What was
keep
the
me
point
in
of the story,
suspense.
Brick? It was just all about he had the galaxy hose. That was what it was all about. He was seeing Spock on a mission, right?
Yeah.
And then he'd go off and fuck the hole with 6 eyes and 5 legs.
Yeah, it was just super slow.
It was in the 80s was the bomb though.
Thebomb.com. Yeah, 80s
Now,
rock.
they got way more shit now.
That's no cap.
What you looking up, generally? What are you looking up?
I'll be right back.
I'm actually I'm getting ready to play Schedule 1. I'm working on my drug emporium, my drug empire. It's a hilarious game on Steam. It's called Schedule 1. I start off selling OG Kush, and then I work my way up. I can't wait to get on meth, because not on it, but to start selling it. That way I can really get my customers hooked.
That was a wild statement. I don't think I've ever heard so serious before.
Actually, the best GS clip ever. What was that game again called?
It's called Schedule 1. That's actually hilarious. Maybe you can pull up a clip of it. But
On
I'm
Steam?
actually, it's you can get it on Steam, or you can just look for, I don't know, you can look for like a Schedule 1 video game, Schedule 1 gameplay or something like that.
I knew he was a narc.
Yeah, I actually did I made a character. It's called I'm playing Christopher Ruff, otherwise known as Direct E. It's called Rough Times at Highland Park, I think it is. That's the name of the town, Highland Point. That's it. So I'm playing Christopher Ruff, who did go to jail and was dealing drugs and stuff. So I'm trying to see how the other half lives. I want to understand what it's like to walk a mile in his shoes. And every time I hear the cops
tiny
on,
kids you got, it's gonna take you like
they're tiny. Yeah. They're super small. Okay, second. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop out of here because I'm sucking all the oxygen out of the room anyway, and I will see you guys later. Y'all take care.
Yeah, buddy. You good?
Pleasure as always. Best of luck to you. I know he's probably not watching or not able to. I'm sure he's got way more important things, but yeah, hearts and minds, yeah, of the crowd. Try to give a little bit to Uncle, and he needs it. I don't want to say the whole thing because it might get me in trouble.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Me and him had this debate so many times about that damn name.
Yeah. I'll talk to you guys later though.
All right, appreciate it. And I also would appreciate I also want to appreciate Speak Easy, who actually gave the 100. I appreciate it, man. You're right. The most unfortunate thing is what happens to them, but at the same time, it's much appreciated. It'll still go a long way. Absolutely. Thank you very much.
That's crazy. Hey, Resla, what's up, man?
What's going on?
It's crazy. I just left Florida.
Oh, damn.
I was there for vacation for a week, living a life. And I got back and I'm like, damn, I don't know how far away from him. I think he's more Fort Lauderdale. I was in Orlando. So, man, that's crazy.
What kind of life is going on down there? I thought they just had like big skeeter hawks. I think they call them mosquitoes, but
they got Universal Studios, they got Disney World, Orlando, they got Miami. So I went to Miami, Disney World, and Universal. So
like when you running around Disney World, you how much bug spray do you have to carry with you?
I just wear a long sleeve and a bucket hat, and I'm Gucci.
Was it raining while you were down there?
Yeah, fucking rain. It was fucking. Oh man, it's like 5 seasons in one day.
Yep. Bro, everything you're saying right now, Ruthless, is so true. Everything Joshua was asking you is a yes. It's so wild, bro.
You hear this, Resla? Anything associated or close to a large body of water will flood one day. God bless climate change. Sorry.
Well, climate changing in the climate is awful natural. It's just people don't realize how natural.
We want certain locations within the. We want certain locations within the continental U.S. to basically like Noah's Ark style flood, right? We want New York City gone, South Beach, Miami, all of that degeneracy down there. Take out Disney World too, right?
No, fuck Mar-a-Lago.
I'll take out Disney World, right? I mean,
but I think
hope y'all Southerners can swim.
Miami is California. Orlando is Disneyland, pretty much, right? And Tampa is if you want to go find a strip club, and that's about it.
And I wouldn't have to swim. I just had to go to the mountains.
Right. Tell us about Jay.
Of course, I'm in Virginia, so it wouldn't.
What do you know about North Florida, Ruthless?
Find your strip club, boy. They there.
Jayville, yeah. And then past that, after that, once you get outside of Jayville, it's the woods.
Yeah, just the backwoods. Then you get lost.
You still a SeaWorld down there?
Yeah, you get
what? SeaWorld? Is there still a SeaWorld in Florida? Or?
Yes,
yes, there is. Yes, it's right there. They're all together. SeaWorld, Universal, and Disney World's all together. They're like taking everybody's money together, like they're conspiring.
Do they take food stamps at the food cart down there?
They take anything that spell cash, food stamps, EBT.
Yes, they do.
They get me on some government check.
The only Florida is California. It's just a different environmental Like California is consistent. If it's hot, it's hot. If it's cold, it's cold. Florida, it's all 3 in one day, right? And that's the difference. But other than that, Florida is California.
And flat.
Could y'all do me a favor? Yeah. If y'all gonna go to the strip joint, would you take James with you? And make sure to take a credit card. Right? I want to see him go up to a hooker and ask her to swipe.
He doesn't want to go, but we're dragging him.
I can have a strip at your house in about 15 minutes.
I will pass on that.
We're going full doctrine on you there, James.
I will pass on that. No,
I don't think James is that material for that.
We're gonna find you the cleanest one. Don't worry.
You have to.
I don't roll that way.
I think James is going to spend like if he goes, he's gonna spend like $5,000, not in a blink of an eye.
It's Candy. She's in love.
He's smart, right? He stays away from what he's weak at.
Don't worry, James. Don't worry, James. We'll get you a really good lap dance with one whose name is with one who wears a crucifix and her name is Sunday.
Don't do it, James. James, James is the type of person, he's better off staying away. If he goes in there and y'all get a lap dance, it's over. Where'd James go? Where'd James go? We haven't seen him all night. James is in the back.
Nobody put James in the corner.
James is in the back, and that's that. Fat ass too. Fat ass going in there. Now, fat ass, he's a little more forward.
Hey, son.
So he'll tell the bitch no. Fat ass will tell the bitch no that he don't want, but the bitch that he want, it's over. He gonna be with that bitch the whole night.
Yeah.
Now Brick want to start preaching to a bitch. Life is better than this. He gonna try to save her, right? Brick so much more. Brick gonna try to save her.
That's one thing. You can't save women who want to be hoes. You can't save them.
I'm going to save them all, bro.
She's working herself through college, okay?
Like, I'm not even running. I'll walk down. Pray for them. Remember the adage. I'm going to walk down and I'm going to save them all.
Now, Joshua Jones.
No, I'm just pray for them.
Joshua Jones going to pull out his military decorated career and he going to read that bitch her rights. Look, then, he's not gonna spend too much. He's gonna get like a lap dance here.
And he ain't gonna check to whether it's a man or a woman. Yeah, hopefully it's a
man. Too much damn effort to be looking around like that.
Joshua's just he's gonna be more skeptical, right? More skeptical. He's gonna be like, "What do you want? What are you here for?" Even though she's naked. But
have you ever heard that saying?
I can already see it now. No matter who you are, you're getting a pat down by Josh.
Have you ever heard the saying, you can't make a hoe into a housewife?
James, you're right, James. James is gonna give him all this money. That's it. That's everything. They get everything, James.
Sir, it is done. It is being done every day now, sir.
No, it's not.
Yep.
They're not housewives.
James, you
guys are considering
all wedding day. Yeah, all on their holiday, on their freaking honeymoon, dropping it low for Jesus. That's exactly what they're playing.
My mother, hey, listen, James. My mother and your mother are both mothers.
Oh, I don't want to my house right now.
I don't know about your mother, but my mother ain't a hoe, so don't you?
But she's a mother, right?
Yeah, but she ain't a hoe.
But she's a mother.
But she
There's a reason.
You get my point. You can't make a hoe into a housewife.
James, how you know
James, how do you know
what your mother is and what your mother ain't?
Cause I know my mom.
No, you don't.
Your mom.
No, you don't.
Mom is what he told you.
Our mom.
Now y'all talking my mom. So you know
our mom tells us
your mom's on the table now.
Your mama's so fat.
Remember, mamas tell their little boys.
I like to imagine my mom being super mom.
Resla. Now, if we take Resla to the strip club, Resla's going to start his podcast, right? He's going to be like, so.
All right, going live.
He's the intellectual, right? Resla's the intellectual, right? He's going to start his podcast, and he's going to try to dig into her mind. He's going to dig into her brain, peel it back, right? Spin it around. Then fat ass.
Hey, come here. I need an opinion.
Well, there's video evidence of Resla and a hooker. That whole that Las Vegas trip, right? Like for some odd reason, Kev conveniently cut out the hooker part, right? Like you just get like a glimpse part of it. He just clipped it right out.
What I've always said. Prove it.
Didn't make her into a housewife.
You're not let a joint.
That wasn't the goal.
It's not a good idea.
Now, I can imagine Brick and the rest of the strip club. That would be an interesting concept. I would pay to see that. I would pay to see that tandem.
No, bro. No, you're not throwing dollar bills. I'm sorry. I'm not getting up there, bro.
Oh, I know you're not.
I don't even went back up.
Brick, you and rest of that strip club is the strip club gonna go out of business.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, these niggas ain't spending shit. But they got
I
lots
wouldn't
of
throw dollar
so.
bills. I wouldn't throw dollar bills either. I'd go in there with rolls of quarters. Throw those.
But on a better note, the economies went up. My stocks are looking better today.
Yeah.
Joshua Jones get kicked out of the strip
Better
club
now.
because they be like, look, sir, you can't throw quarters at the women, they hurt.
I don't even know why they would let me in the first place, right?
My stocks went up by almost 11% today.
He's throwing quarters and the women are getting bruised, right? They just can't have that. You can't have your women with those hard ass quarters you're throwing. And he's throwing one at a time.
I can't get by the damn bouncer at the door with a big bag of quarters, right? Like, really?
Well, they'll let you in.
No,
Sir, your face will already be posted in the security office.
Oh, I believe that.
Making it
Joshua,
rain.
you're getting in. You're getting in. But
I don't think I could. I honestly don't think I could.
Joshua, when you get in and when it's time to make it rain, you throwing all those motherfucking quarters and all the women coming with they come with bruises and broken backs. They got to get you up out of there.
You're coming out with an assault charge on myself.
Locksmith gave the five. He said, "Brownies don't count as military, sir."
This is true. This is true.
Yeah. Josh was counting every motherfucking penny he got in that bitch. Bitch, I spent $1.25 on you. What you got to say?
Earn it.
Baby, don't you want to see my ass? You're gonna put that quarter in that machine.
Jello shot, daddy.
He was throwing quarters at their legs on my dance, bitch.
I don't mind working the stage, but I ain't working no fucking Jello shots afterwards.
I don't know about Orthodox guy. He's a little mystery over there. He said Orthodox guy. So this nigga might be hanging at the roof.
How the hell are you talking? How the hell are you talking about Jello shots and you got a Jaeger? You got a bottle of Jaeger in the freezer.
Hold on, what's wrong with having a bottle of Jaeger in the freezer? I feel personally
This man
attacked.
doesn't drink alcohol.
Couldn't get
He
crucial
drinks
in
fucking
here.
space shuttle fuel. What are you talking about?
I ain't checking for that. Is that a gun? Is that a gun?
Waiting at the back door. Orthodox guys waiting at the back door with a bottle of bourbon.
Wait. Did you just see him he turned his thing to a gun? Oh no, we can't let him go. He about to shoot everybody up. As soon as he feel like he getting over, he's shooting up the club. Oh hell no! I go, you stay home. We cool with you at the house.
Bourbon goes down nice and easy. The shit that Uncle Fatty drinks, you can strip auto paint with it, right? Like it
What are you
just,
drinking?
It's not that.
Don't drink antifreeze, bro.
Look, I drink Everclear straight. All right.
I ain't touching Everclear. What the hell's wrong with you people?
Everclear?
It's okay. It's not horrible.
It's the closest legal thing to moonshine you can get.
Fat ass is the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a whiskey guy, so.
And I'm supposed to have moonshine in my blood, but I don't like Everclear.
James, what the fuck you be doing? Playing Nintendo?
What? Little juice?
What? Oh, I do play some Nintendo. Ain't no joke.
Yeah, Josh type stay on Nintendo all motherfucking day. He ain't got time for look for no pussy.
But I didn't say I played it all day. You said
That's why you can't keep a relationship. You playing a Nintendo, not the women.
Well, one button.
I said I played Nintendo. I never said I played it all day.
What you play all day?
You're putting in assumptions.
What you play all day?
Well, I'm on here a lot online.
Damn, Uncle Fatty did have to put that bottle of Jaeger up.
Dude, lately I've been taking kind of a break.
Are you married, James?
Is that Is that a shot glass made of ice?
No, I'm not married. No.
Okay,
No, the
okay.
Jaeger
Is it?
shot glass
Something
is something like that.
You're doing
Just
the
a
right thing. You're
frosted
doing the
glass.
right thing.
Oh, tragic, sad even.
Fuck you, Resla.
Well, actually, I don't know. I want to be married.
Look
one
like
day.
me, you'll still be
Find the right
second
woman.
best, is what Resla should say.
Hey, let's have a therapy session for James, right? Because he doesn't get he stays home, he chills, right? He's a smart man. He protects himself from the evil witch. So let's give it up for James.
Well, this show ain't about
No,
me.
no. James cannot find his Eve if he's stuck inside.
This show is not about me, so don't make it about me. This show is about a family that needs help.
Oh shit!
Everything in a fire. It ain't about me.
Who needs help?
Tom.
About Uncle Tom, yeah. Family needs help.
Oh, fun. Oh, it does say funding drive. Oh shit!
Yeah, because he lost everything in a fire. So that's what this show is about. It ain't about me.
Oh shit!
Like I said, folks, whatever you can, it'd be much appreciated.
Damn, his background is animated. I want that. Uncle Fatty, I want that background.
Good one.
I still ain't drinking that shit, but I want it.
Man, Uncle
And
Tom.
Why would you want it if you're not gonna
It's
drink?
like the secret sauce of the whole world. You know,
You gotta understand, James. I'm a big pussy. I ain't drinking that hard shit.
It's
I
a
drink some
sipping liquor,
hard
though.
shit.
You're not
I won't
supposed to
drink
get all
too
wasted
hard
on it.
shit. I'll drink some vodka, like
Josh,
orange
I can
juice.
get you some moonshine that won't even taste like hard shit. You'll be like, "Damn, brother, this is smooth," and I'm like, "Yeah, take you, go on, take you another shot. Go ahead."
Yeah, I ain't messing around with the scary shit neither. Right? I'm very familiar with this stuff that goes down real easy, right? And like
Go
5
ahead,
minutes later, you're dragging yourself to the door.
Take your third shot. By the third shot, you're on the ground. Help me, I need some water. You don't want no water. Because if you drink water, you're going to be throwing the fuck up.
Now I'm the
He just be there laying on the ground. Help!
Help me. Nah, let it do its thing.
You gotta light a candle to see you got something to spin around.
See, this is why I can't go over there and hang out with Resla, right? Like he ain't too far away, but I just can't trust him, right? I know what's gonna happen, right? He's just gonna leave me down there on the floor, probably kick me a couple times, and just have fun.
Sleep it off.
Sleep.
I'll just leave him at a bus stop in like Brownsville.
I'm gonna tell you straight up. I'll just bring you a trash can, a mop, and a bucket.
Clean up after yourself when you're finished. Jesus.
Yeah.
Appreciate
mop on your old lady in the master bedroom.
Quick appreciation. Rick, who gave the $1.99, the super sticker, and of course, due diligence for the cause. Thank you very much. Every little bit helps, folks. I appreciate it.
You ever seen a house go up?
Not in
few.
person.
I've seen a few, and it's so quick. You don't even know. Like, it's just done. By the time the fire department gets there, they're just there to prevent it from spreading. It comes down to it. They're not ever quick enough to get there in time. Shit goes so quick.
I've seen cars go. I've seen trucks. I've even seen a train on fire, but I've never seen a house and personally go on fire.
Dude, we lost one of these mansions up here a couple of years ago. Guy fucking flicked his cigarette on a new construction job. It was about 2/3 the way done. And he flicked his cigarette, got down into a pile in the corner of the foundation, and fucking lit the side of the house on fire, like right after quitting time, right after everybody had left. Talking,
Damn. Locksmith again. Look, he came in with the 5 says ruthless. You for real? You just finding out about Tom and his wife? What the you been doing, sir? Huh? You hanging out with whitey folks too much? Damn, that's crazy.
It happens, Nothing you can do about it most of the time. Customer wants something done, you say, "Yes, ma'am, I'll get right on that."
He left. He bounced.
Yeah, he bounced. Yeah.
I know. Buy me a house.
Damn.
Now we gotta buy Uncle Tom his family a house first. We got any leftover money? We could
absolutely
shoot it your way.
It's fucking rough market right now,
Gotta
too. To
get 'em
try to
back.
rebuild. Yeah.
Has anybody heard any details? Obviously, like, your shit burned down, right? Like, where do you live until you decide, like, what direction you're going to go? How does that work?
I guess you just live in a hotel, or if you have to, like a homeless shelter.
I'm not sure. What's going on, Clue?
Yo, Resla, what's going on? What's up?
Blue?
Just
just
chilling, trying to get some money
trying to
up
stay
for
up, trying to
Uncle
get the
Tom and
fun
his
going.
family.
Yeah. Have you heard?
The bird is a word.
Have you heard what happened to them?
To whom?
To Tom and his family. Their house burned down a couple of days ago.
Oh, Uncle Tom?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I did hear that, actually. Damn, I did hear that. Yeah. I don't have any details, but somebody sent me a link.
Oh, did you see the clip?
Probably not the clip you talking about, but it was a clip to something, and it was pretty. Shout out to Uncle Tom.
Mm-hmm.
It's been rough. It's been rough. But I do love the fact that there's so many different creators and so many different people who've been rocking for a while, in the chat and everything, who's been supporting.
Yeah, they did pretty well on last night's stream, it looked like.
Yeah, there are a lot of people, whether on their stream or here on ours or anywhere else. Just be surprised. People that we've argued with and everything, that they came around and they just came out of the woodwork and just really started supporting.
There's a mutual respect.
Yeah. Appreciate your due diligence for the 5. That's all I really want from all of us. Just a really good conversation. No need to be hyperbolic. Let's just have even if it's an uncomfortable one, I try to bring ones that are just not the casual ones, the ones we get everywhere. Because let's be honest, it's nothing really casual about life. We all got to make choices. Appreciate your clue. Salute to you, sir. Thank you.
Everybody got choices. Yeah, man. What it's all about. It takes uncomfortable situations and uncomfortable conversations to set boundaries, to define consequences, and not just be all, hyperbolic about shit. And
would we be happier with less choices? Would we be happier with less choices?
Sometimes, I would say so.
Yeah.
Resla, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How much money would it take to ban Locksmith Jeremy for 35 months?
35 months?
35 months. Yes, right. That's like 1 month less than 3 years. How much? What are we talking? Let's negotiate. How much?
That is quite a steep price, but it's also a very hefty one because he's my mod as well.
So you'd have to unmod him and block him for 3 years minus 1 month. Okay, how much?
He plotting on you, Jeremy. He's letting you know.
How much? because
I have to think about
I can
that.
put my guys together and we could pay this shit off tonight. Let's go.
I mean, I'd say 36 grand is going to be a starting minimum, right?
36 grand. No, hold up. I'm talking to Resla. I'm not talking to you, Uncle Fatty.
We just started the second quarter, man.
I was going to say 45, Joshua. Jeez, you cheap bastard. I mean, you know I always go higher than you.
That's, you know.
I mean, I don't like this dude. So
Basic
if we
minimum,
could just block him for 3 years, that'd be cool, right? That'd be cool for everybody, right?
But yeah, you're only, you know.
I don't know, right? See, my life would be a little bit more difficult if he wasn't here.
Yeah.
So you like this man? You like this guy?
I like all of the mods, right? Like all of the staff, right?
But do you like him particularly?
Yes! What the hell do I care about? I care about my life being easier, right? And if he's gone, my life becomes more difficult.
Just him? Just him?
Could be any one of them, yes.
Could your life be better without him?
No. Because then he's got to get replaced with another mod, right? That's more work.
But any mod is better than Jeremy, in my opinion.
No, man. My life would be pretty fucked up.
Nah, I disagree with that. I really do.
I'll tell you what. I think I know a better way to settle this, right?
How so?
Get one of them plastic kiddie pools from Walmart, right? Throw some mud, some water in there, right? I think we can settle this like men.
KY Wrestling.
Come back to.
Yeah, and then we can do a proper fundraiser.
Came back to y'all.
Oh hell yeah! Somebody's showing up with a camera. We're damn sure.
Water-based KY.
Yeah.
My bad, Resla. I didn't mean to come in on your stream like this, but go ahead.
You good? I was just thinking about where to set it up. Then we can have a voiceover like it's a monster truck rally. We just do the whole setup.
Let's do it. You talking about monster trucks? I mean, monster trucks is good to me. Let's do it.
Monster trucks, man. Let's go, monster.
Let's go with monster trucks. Yeah.
So, well, explain to us what exactly why the 35 months? That's just an oddly specific number.
35 months. That's 1 month less than 3 years. Let's just block them for 35 months. Why not?
What's
How
the
much?
significance? Why exactly?
There's no significance. It's just a random number that came to my head. Random number.
Well, the kiddie pool with the mud wrestling, right? Like that's just a random idea that came to my head too, right?
Because when y'all talking about monster trucks, y'all meant literally like actual monster trucks, right? That wasn't
trucks that are monsters.
Right?
Yeah.
Clarify. Because I know how y'all use codes.
Ain't no codes over here, bro. Ain't no codes over here.
I don't know.
No, sir. No, monster truck is the stripper name for the one with the big cakes.
Okay, I don't want monster
the
trucks.
biggest cakes.
I don't want monster trucks, man. I retract wanting monster trucks. I retract.
Ray Digger. Ray Digger.
I think this dude is a bully, though. I do.
What?
Every time I come on the panel, hear this guy. He shows up every single time. I think he's a bully.
Oh, man.
I think it's true love.
No, I think this fool is a bully.
Oh, man.
No, locksmith Jeremy. He's a bully.
Well, maybe he's crushing on you or something.
Oh.
Hell no. I like women. No, fuck that shit. I like women.
It's not about you. Why do you think it's about you? It's about what he likes, right? The only way
it ain't about what he likes. Fuck that shit. No, it's not that shit.
Oh, we don't believe you. I'm sorry, sir.
He likes you and he wants you. Now you can do it out of hallway.
I like that.
Always, yeah.
That's that boondock shit.
Hey, that's that prison stuff.
Yeah, but fuck Locksmith Jeremy. Locksmith Jeremy is just a dude that shows up on panels and he likes to show his penis. through Sasquatch. You know, Dick Squatch. That's what he likes to do when he shows up in panels. He likes to have an avatar that's a Dick Squatch.
I ran into his sister the other day.
Did you fuck her?
Yeah, check it out.
4 eyes and 3 legs. Hell no. What?
Yeah, she was working the pool down there at the kiddie pool.
Bro, you just made that too, didn't you? You son of a bitch.
He made it like 3 minutes ago.
He did.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Because
Uncle Fatty.
Ruthless said something about 4 eyes and 3 legs, and there it is. There's the 4 eyes and 3 legs. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
It's pretty
he
good,
does
man.
that. That's just him.
Talk about being the small spoon.
Seriously, Resla, where do you want to go with this channel? Really, seriously, just talk to us. Be honest. Be honest. Where do you want to go with this channel? Because we can help you. Yeah.
What would it cost me?
It won't. No, I'm willing. I'm willing to help you for free because
Sir, life is about choices, trade-offs, and people. Nothing's free.
Yeah, nothing's
No.
free.
Okay.
What's the key to life?
What do I want in return? I want 1/3 of the subs you have. So that's what I want.
1/3.
1/3.
Nothing's
1/3.
free. You see, nothing's free.
That's not asking a lot, right? 1/3. Why'd you go silent?
Josh?
Resla, you know you're supposed to counter with a 5th.
No, I don't get out of bed for a 5th. Hell no.
Well, how many subs would you be bringing to the channel? That would be my question.
Well, less than Resla, so there you go. I have less subs than he does, so.
Kind of seems like the math ain't mathing, right? Like,
math ain't math.
I'll bring you 3 if you give me 5. Like
yeah.
No, I wasn't. The deal wasn't for me to offer anything to Resla. The deal was for me to get Resla to get his subs up. That's it.
Well, I like Joshua's
him to get
idea.
his subs increased. That's it.
I like Joshua's idea. Mudslide, kiddie pool.
Oh, well, I'm gonna step out of that. I don't know nothing about that.
We could absolutely market you and Locksmith easily. I think we could.
Yep,
we could market that.
I don't want nothing to do with Jeremy, so fuck that shit.
I mean, we might have to take it off of YouTube and put it on OnlyFans, right? But we can definitely market it one way or another.
Oh no, I'm a good editor. We can put some of it on YouTube.
Oh yeah. You got to advertise.
Just the premieres and the little spotlights, yeah. I don't know. Boys look pretty dandy with a 55-gallon jug of KY.
Dress you up in little mini skirts.
Man.
Hey.
Make a guy feel all tingly inside.
You'll get some subs for sure. You will. And it's got to be recurring.
Something's wrong with the language.
This is round
half
one.
Naked. There's something seriously wrong with the language, right? Like half naked men and then the word subs attached to it. There's something wrong here.
Something way wrong.
You're missing Vietnam, aren't you?
No, I am. I really am. I'm already having a bad day. I just got in a fight with my old lady. Told her, fuck off. I ain't talking to you no damn more, right? You're on a 12-hour time zone difference, right? It's a pain in the ass to talk to her. I forgot what it was. She said something, but it just rubbed me the wrong way. I said, you know what? Fuck this.
You sign on my back says built for 2?
Yeah, like my balls kind of like swelled up. I feel like a real man. And so I wanted to do something. But sitting here thinking about it, what the hell do you do to somebody on a damn cell phone?
Got to define that boundary. It was just crossed.
I see, and I don't even know what the hell that's supposed to like represent. The idea of a boundary, right? Like, don't talk to me.
Fences were built to be jumped. That's the way it works.
Yeah.
Resla, question for you: why did you start this channel? And don't say the word opinionated. Why did you start this quest? Why did you start this quest?
To have uncomfortable conversations with people about common things that do not get discussed, and hopefully to awaken people to figure out what they want to do with their life before time is up. Because a lot of people are doing things to maintain for others and are not paying attention about themselves. One thing that woke me up were just talking to the elderly, things that they wish they never do. You know what's the thing I always hear? I regret spending more time with my family. I regret being too hard on myself. I regret not giving myself more chances. My life flashed because I spent all my time giving my energy. I thought working for a company was everything for me, and then I realized one day they just kicked me off without any, like it was nothing. I realized I went through my entire life, and I don't even know what it is I like to do. So I'm retired now, and I'm just now sitting here thinking, who exactly am I? I don't want you to wait till when you have less years ahead of you than you have behind you. I need you to do something today.
Damn, Resla snitching on me.
So you started this channel. You started this channel to apologize?
To wake people up so that they can start living for themselves and not living for the almighty dollar. Not living for someone else's time clock and start, because the rich do something that we all have a problem with. People can talk about the rich. Oh, they buy this, they buy that. But you know what's the one thing that they buy that people don't spend time talking about? They buy their time.
Time, yeah.
The only thing none of us can get back, they purchase.
They purchase by using us to give them time.
You don't think it was random that I came up with that kiddie pool idea, do you?
Just saying, if you want more time to yourself, you also want to be able to help your friends, your family, but most of all, yourself. Start with you first. Save yourself first. That means you need to figure out what the hell makes you actually want to be on this planet. Because there are people who are successful, really successful, make a lot of money, and they eat a bullet.
But Resla, you do understand there are a lot of addicts in this space, right?
Well, there are a lot of addicts in life.
Everybody's addicted to something.
Everyone's addicted to something.
Yeah.
Whether it's a substance or not,
But there is, some people. The point of the addict, the point of addiction, period.
Well,
the point of addiction, period, is that it's not the first thing about addiction. Any addiction is the most important thing that we don't get over, and that's discipline. That's discipline, because you know what all addictions do first? Rob you of your will.
Well, I was asking more in line of what was the purpose of Rob talking about addictions, because addictions are everywhere.
What's the point? Well, if Resla's doing what he wants to do, he needs to understand that the majority of people on YouTube are here because they're addicted to something. They're addicted. It's an addiction.
Do you know a
person? Be it because of loneliness, be it because of isolation, or they're addicted to something.
Some people are addicted to something that they don't think about. They're addicted to distractions.
In fact, what you're saying, Clue, is the exact same thing that Resla is saying, which is that he's trying to say, hey, guys, wake up. There's more out here than your ridiculous addiction. Right. And yeah, it's cool. It's cool to be here, and it's fun, and that's why I'm here, because we're having those types of conversations.
A great example would be like what the things that we see even on DVD. we see people literally struggling with like drug addictions, got huge keloids and freaking amputated arms and flesh.
Keloids, that's nasty.
And flesh eating from them, and they know they're on their last leg, and they still can't stop. And I say this, that can be you in the future if you don't pay attention. Yes, it may not be that physical debilitating look. That doesn't mean that you're not suffering the same way inside. That doesn't mean that your brain is not rotting. That doesn't mean that just like them, because you can find a person who was the stock person. And what they say, they just started with coke. Then I needed a little something else. And it's the same thing in your own life. Well, you know what? I just need a little bit of distraction. First it was YouTube. Then it wasn't. Then it was something else. Then I went jumping out of a parachute, and I realized I couldn't just jump out of a plane with a parachute. I need to jump out of a plane with a parachute while fucking somebody. Then I need some flexibility on that. Like how before you just turn on and say, I need to jump out the plane while fucking somebody with no parachute, or I got my parachute, but now I have to pull up my chute at the last moment and try to save their life and my life, and they don't have a chute, but I'm the only one that does. How long does your addiction go before you just say, I'm going to jump out the airplane and fucking them, and I have no parachute at all? And I know I'm going down there. I know I need help, but I don't want to ask nobody. Why? Because the very addiction that you have, the very people that's around you in addiction will tell you, man, getting help is for weak people. Asking for help makes you weak. Well, I don't want to look weak, so I'm going to just keep taking the poison. The same way how we say two addicts who are together cannot get clean together.
Man.
Misery loves company.
No.
Sometimes that means, hopefully I say something that wakes that person up who says, I love you, I want to get clean, and I understand that I can't help you until I get clean. And if that means I have to leave you, I have to leave you. I have to save myself now so I can try to at least save you later, or at least be an example that you can too, because I love you. You've seen me throughout my worst, but you've also seen me get better. Now let me help you. But this whole girl, let's just do it together, and your girl never comes to the house to go to the gym, and you never go either because you can only do it together. That's bullshit.
But Resla, when you say let's get clean, you're leaving something out. You're leaving a very specific addiction out. You're leaving out social media addiction.
No, I'm not, because I talk about social media all the time. I tell people.
But do you talk about the addiction though?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
yes.
About the addiction.
I complain about social media all the time and what people are addicted to. In fact, you can even say that people say that I bash the very spaces that I'm around, because I say you could be having really talks about real shit. I talk about the deadly niches that get you stuck, because these niches are addictive. Yes. They are addiction in itself.
Orange man bad. Yes. That's the niches, man. I'm telling you. And when you're able to get out of those quote unquote niches, and you're actually able to get down to something that is more applicable to what you're able to change, more specifically about yourself, and not trying to change others and trying to shift blame to other things that are going on, what happens is you find yourself not talking about those niches, not talking about Orange Man Bad and men v women. You actually talk about things like, I love the one about leadership and being alpha. And then there's some other ones that have gone on this channel that have been some really valuable conversations.
Do you know what some of the weird ones that I've gotten? People that said, I really like this one that you did, and it's been like shorts. Me just talking about how work-life balance is a scam. What does that have to do with all those daily niches? Nothing. But what's in relation to everybody having to work?
Yep.
It has nothing to do with politics. Nothing to do with religion. Nothing to do with being alpha. Not about being submissive. Nothing about any of that shit. But everybody has to do it. Everybody will eventually will become a person who has to do it. It may not be nothing to you as the early kid that's still in college, but guess what? You're being trained to become a what? Wage slave. Which means at some point you're gonna run across this vice. Best that you get this game early. I tell people work-life balance is a scam. The same way how I tell people, please do not be fooled.
How is that a
Please
scam?
please do not be the same way how you're already being fooled into believing that there's 12 months in a goddamn year.
Yeah.
How is work-life balance a scam? And I don't disagree with that. No, I don't disagree with that, but I wanna hear your answer.
You'll never get your time back. You pay more into going to work. You lose more going to work than anything else.
So you have to invest.
Work.
You have to buy into going to work.
Yeah, to hopefully one day buy your freedom, and you have less time when you're free than you had trying to win your freedom.
Okay.
That's a scam. The same way how I say, no, there's 12 months in a year. When I tell people the calendar scam, it blows their mind. I'm like, you've never heard this?
13 months.
4 weeks a month? 12 months? Do your math. That's 48. How we get 52 weeks? Subtract 4. That's what? 48. Where those extra 4 weeks come from?
Well, Octo means 8, but it's the 10th month, and DC means 10, but it's the 12th month. But go ahead.
You'd be surprised the little shit that people don't pay attention to. And
yeah,
again,
salary work
why they don't pay attention to it? But why they don't pay attention to it? Because the world is full of distractions, because they tell you what you ought to do. Just the same way how school does not teach you how to think. They just tell you what to think.
You do. But yet, hold up, Resla. They teach you what to think.
Not
but
how.
But yet, you still send your children there to that same system to be educated.
And it's also
why
your
is that?
Job. It is
why
also
is that?
your job. Who's the parent? Is it the school?
You don't have to send your children to that school.
You don't have to, but they do. Why do they do that?
Because they don't know better. Because you know what they did? You know why they sent their kids to school, Clue?
Why is that?
Because they were told it was what they should be doing. They're not told how to think. Because the ones who decided to pay for homeschooling, they're the ones who were taught to think critically, even about their own children.
Yeah.
Critical thinking is a very important thing that is woefully not given.
But Resla, how do we stop this shit? How do we stop this retarded train going round and round, preaching this same retardism? How do we stop this?
Talking about it.
For one, James is right. For one, talking about it, here's the truth of the matter. You're not going to get everybody, but the same thing, like any virus.
Yep.
You got to get other people infected, and the first thing you have to get people infected with is in their own personal development.
But they don't listen, Resla.
Utopia is a wonderful.
They don't listen. They do not listen to us.
Guess what?
Anybody speaking truth, they do not listen to us.
I said this as well. Not everybody's gonna make it.
Well, a lot of it has to do with the thing that you brought up, Clue, is the addictions, right? So instead of listening, they are now addicted. So that's what's on their mind, whatever their addiction is. And so you're telling them, and you feel like a broken record. Now, the thing is hope, right? And so it's to not give up, right? Because at some point, there is a possibility that they will hear you. Those ones that are quote unquote lost. And there are possibility. There are things, in fact, that I hear personally, right? I could be considered one of those lost ones in certain instances, right? Basically, people know that they need to eat, they need clothes, they need shelter, they need water, that sort of thing, right? So those are basics. But then when you extrapolate out as to some of the other needs that people have, I mean, they're wants. Let's be real. Those basic needs, they're the needs. But when you go out a little bit further to some of those wants that people appreciate as needs, those are the things that, those people who are a little bit older, who have that life experience, they've examined these things. And then, yes, you're right. Some people don't listen, even into their 40s, 50s, 60s. People don't listen. But you know what? You keep talking about it and you hope.
And you pray.
We hope. Okay. We hope.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
pray.
Oh,
Well, if you believe in that sort of thing.
Yeah, if you believe in that sort of thing. Yeah,
Hell no.
I
pray.
do believe in that sort of
Hell
thing.
no,
I'm
hell
a
no.
Christian
I'm sorry.
man. I'm a
Hope is-
Christian
hope
man,
is not
and
a
I
strategy.
believe in that. I
Hope is not a
actually do
strategy.
believe in that.
Nope. Hope is not a strategy. Intention is. Hope is not a strategy. I can hope to be a millionaire, or I can work towards it. Hope is not a strategy.
Well, Resla, that's where I said and. Because the thing is hope only is useful if you're actually doing something.
This
Right.
is why they say
That makes
faith without
sense.
works is dead.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to do something, or else it's nothing.
Most people are hoping that something will be done for them. And we need to wake people up from that by having these conversations. Because most other places, even when they look on the internet, they don't look up things for themselves. They look up distractions.
Yes.
Because distractions are the things that push first. People don't push cures first. They push treatments.
Treatments. That's right. That is that's absolutely correct.
Bro, Resla, you just hit the nail on the head. Remember my comment now. It's the conclusion that comes first. People want to conclude first. Then they tell you what the beginning of the story is, and then they try to body, which is insanity. You can't body at the end. That's a never-ending cycle. So what people need to learn is to introduce an issue, whatever the problem may be, then to work on the problem, that's the body, and then maybe, and just maybe, you might find the conclusion, right? And unfortunately, people don't understand the structure. And if they do eventually get that, they can come out of those addictions, have a little bit of understanding, and then maybe even reach out to others. That's my view, though. I could be wrong.
I always think that this is like a bad infomercial. Like, no, for the cost of most of your time in life, you too can be free one day.
Yeah, straight up. When you're old and can't fucking do anything else.
Yeah. Hey, it took me a long time to realize certain necessities, right? And it was only after, again, going back to what I mentioned earlier, that I had lost everything. And this was multiple times now. It wasn't the first time I had lost everything, but at some point, and I do remember the moment, I had lost everything, and I realized, oh shit, I need to get back to the important things, and the things that I actually need. And I'm not talking about the basic necessities. I'm talking about the things for my sanity.
Yep.
Family's the most important thing, right? And I know everybody would agree with that one. Mostly everybody.
Yeah,
everybody would agree.
Unfortunately, no, because in today's cycle, we only work towards pushing away the family.
Yeah. There are some people who don't agree with it.
That's also a new distraction that needs to get clipped. But we also have to train people to understand that family is still the way. That family is still the first network and one of the most important.
Yep.
This whole I'm gonna be independent instead of family moving in with one another, brother and sister moving in with another. Instead, I'm gonna live with all these roommates because why? Friends sold y'all that lifestyle.
Resla.
Right.
Resla.
It ain't cheaper. I'll tell you that.
And you can't be independent. I tell you that too.
Yeah,
Resla, you know that they want to push against that, right?
Sure.
Sure, that's the system, but you're not supposed to listen to the system.
Here's the
Not
thing.
supposed to, but
It's not.
they've decided that
I never said
family is a problem.
Yeah, but you have to push back and have to fight back against the system.
But they have the people in power have decided that
Sure.
family is a problem. So
Sure.
what do you
Yeah,
do now?
sure.
So what do you do?
You fight.
You
fight
fight.
for what you believe in.
How do you
for
fight
what's right.
against billionaires putting their
You do
funds
what you can.
towards
You can't
family
save
being a problem?
You do
How
what you
do-
can. You can't save
by
everybody.
by protecting by everything else, by you're protecting yours first and being
Yeah.
the example, because if other people are
That's
following
your solution, really?
people wait, first of all, I just said you can't save everyone, and I always said, and I said this as well, before you can fix anyone else, you clean your fucking room first. When
That's
other
right.
people start falling and they're wondering why you're surviving and they start asking questions, you give them the game.
So what
Not
if
everybody's supposed to make it. Again, most people are not going to be millionaires. Most people are not going to be traveling artists. Most people are not going to be a part of a circus troupe. The same goes for anyone who wants to be free. In fact, if you even want to go to the Matrix, did they say that most of the people were free? No. Only a few people made it to Zion.
Yeah.
And speaking of family, I just want to give a big
And one more thing. One more
Yep.
thing. The road is simple. It is not easy.
Yes.
Two different things.
Exactly. Speaking of which, just right into it. Don't forget, guys, that this stream, it's Resla's show. It is about Unkle Tom. We're doing this fundraiser, so every little bit counts.
Oh, this was a fundraiser?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
for Uncle Tom.
Yes, sir.
For Uncle Tom. Okay. How much can I send to him?
Whatever you can.
Cash App is
Okay.
Cash App is preferred. There is
Cash
a
App
link
at the bottom as well.
Okay. Yeah. I'm definitely for Uncle Tom. Hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Where do I click the link? Yeah. Got it. Go ahead.
Yeah, the whole family out on their ass. Unfortunately, their home did burn to the ground. One phone, that's all that was taken. It wasn't in the house at the time, so that's the only reason that it still exists. But the whole home gone, and that's how quickly it can go. Just like
How did the fire start?
It's undetermined right now.
Okay.
Investigators are still looking into it.
Okay. That's cool.
every little bit counts. So it's very much appreciated. And thank you. What's up, Ruthless? Welcome back, buddy.
What's good? Are we talking about family again? The nuclear family? Nuclear family is the way to life. The nuclear family is the way to build the community.
Before we even get started, I will let everybody know I'm shutting it down for about 30 minutes because your boy does have a job. I got somewhere I gotta be.
You ain't got no job.
You ain't got no job. You Tommy. You Tommy. Tommy Strong from the Martin Show. You ain't got no goddamn job.
I should have been off a half an hour ago.
You ain't got no damn job. All you do is go out and party.
That's what he does. That's all he does is party. That's all Resla does is party. Shit. Is that true? All you do is party?
Wait. Oh, I got a pizza to go pick up. You gentlemen have a good night.
All right,
Let's always
enjoy
pleasure.
that.
Be good to each other. Party on.
Yeah, man.
Have a great one.
So, can we honestly say the baby mama is the new queen?
No, we can't say that.
Yes, you can.
It was always the queen.
The baby mama is single mama.
That's
single mama
your queen.
Is the new
guys, don't you love these addictions? Don't you love them?
Yeah, we're going to
Thank,
the
thank,
addiction.
thank you, KDK, for Tom. Appreciate you. Yep. Whatever you can, it's all right. I appreciate you.
That's your queen.
Hey,
It's not
these single women out
Ruthless.
here with no
That's
kids.
your queen.
Hey, Rob the nerd. These
Yes,
single
sir.
women out here with no kids, it's savage, man. They're just not, dude. The average man doesn't have access to them like that no more. So he might have to settle for a single mother.
Not really.
Nah,
Not
average
really.
man don't have to settle for no single mama.
I'm telling you, if you want, I would say you don't have to settle, but if you want a chance,
I'm the average man. I've never dated a single mother in my motherfucking life.
Are you married, Rob?
I'm engaged.
Ruthless. I want to point something out. Okay, so what we see on social media is not real life. The people who are married with families and children are not sharing all of that out. You do understand that, correct?
No. This is real life. Single mamas is epidemic.
So what you're seeing on TV is not the norm. You're seeing a small portion of the exceptions.
Brick,
there's a bunch
of single mothers out here I see every day. And
okay, but are you going into people's homes and seeing their families?
You talking about? I'm talking about their kids. They're single.
You're not. My point is this, right? That the majority of people are the homes. The people who are the mom and dad with a bunch of kids running around, and they invite the cousins over, and they're playing outside, and then they come in and they play some video games, and they make sure to do their homework or not. Some of them lie, some of them say, no, I did my homework. Some of them don't do their chores too, right? That's the majority. The minority is the people out there on the street who are playing single. You do understand that, right?
Nope.
You
the
don't?
Divorce rate, the rate of relationship breakups is at an all-time high. The numbers don't lie.
Here he goes.
Here we go with this shit.
I'm not saying that.
Here we go with this shit.
Listen, I'm not saying that there isn't women who are, happily married and have kids. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, on the numbers, if you look at the raw numbers, the raw data, you got people go out here and do this shit, right? The single mama is the epidemic, right? There's a lot of single moms, like a lot. Now, I'm not saying that is the best way for a single man to look for. I'm not saying that. But with these modern women without kids, they come with a heavy cost as well, right? They're coming with a lot of baggage. And single moms are actually more humbled because they now have lost a lot of value, right? They're at
lost a lot of value. Is that what you said? Lost a lot of value.
How are they
value?
How are some of the most biggest things that you say that they are, and they don't have now? They lost a lot of value.
They have lost a lot of value.
Yeah. It's supposed to lose a lot of value.
Yes, and I'm
single fucking moms.
I'm saying that because the single women who don't have kids overvalue themselves. Okay, and this is the problem, right? But the single mom who's lost a lot of value is more accessible, which humbles her and makes her more courtable, more like I would say she's more cooperative,
more fuckable.
Who has
fuckable? Is that the word you were looking for? Fuckable. That means makes her more cheap. Cheap.
Who has?
Because she's more fuckable. She's more cheap.
You say
right?
value, right, Ruthless? You say value, right? Who has more at the end? Someone who actually does. What do you want to talk about? What the man or what? If they have their kid versus the ones that are freezing their eggs, right? That you claim, but they don't have any kids. They spend all that time in the IVF and nothing worked. And they bought all the eggs and everything like that. But now they don't even have time, right? They're past their prime. Versus those who at least have kids, they don't have to worry about that regret. Who's won and who did not? Rather than the forever aunties. You're gonna tell me they don't have value? No. Guess what? Their genes are gonna go forward.
So I'm not saying that single women
with no value. At least they prove they can have a kid.
What I'm saying, Resla, is because the modern woman is demanding so much more now, right? And they are less cooperative. They're more independent mindset, and because they overvalue themselves,
they demand infertility. I get it.
They are not the most or the best suitable partner to invest with, right? They're just not, right? Because they're about.
You sound like shit right now. Ruthless truth. You sound like shit right now.
No, I'm just saying this is what.
Speak your mind. Speak. How do you really feel right now? How do you feel? Speak how you feel.
Speak how I feel, Rob. Relax.
No. You're filtering yourself right now. You're filtering yourself.
No, I'm not. The modern bitch, okay, is not worth the price she's asked for.
Okay.
Now, baby mamas, I've always been against don't get with a baby mama. But for a lot of men who don't have swag and game and, because every man don't have that, most men don't have that. If they want a chance for a decent relationship that lasts a good 8 to 15 years, the baby mama is the more better, I would say, investment because once again, right, she understands she loses a lot of value.
So now you're in support of baby mamas.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying she is more ruthless. Let me say the last one.
What are you saying?
Yep. She is more prone to be more cooperative. Because she don't want a whole bunch of men around her kid. So she's gonna be more girls trips. Nope. She's gonna be more dedicated to making something work out because she understands that she has kids and the value so low, she doesn't want to be ran through. So she's going to be way more.
Ruthless truth. Hold on. You're the man. You're the man.
Can I give you a
scenario? Why so many props with her? Why so many props with her?
Hold on. Can I give you
Ruthless
a scenario?
truth.
So hold on, Rob. So I'm going to give you a scenario, okay? You and your lady on a date, you go down to the creek, okay? Fresh, clean water, right? You both bring a cup. And you say to her, I'll go get us both a cup of water. But it's going to cost you having a baby for me, okay? I know it's a little bit ridiculous. And she says, what? Holy cow, that's a lot. That's a lot of responsibility just for this cup of water that you're going to bring me. What else do you have to offer? And you say, that's all I'm offering you is this cup of water. In fact, she brought her own cup. What's to stop her from saying, nah, I'm all set. I'm going to go down to the creek and get my own cup of water?
So you said that's the baby mama, one who can just leave?
No, I said you and your girl go down to the creek on a date, okay? Right. And you say to her, hey, we both brought our own cups. She already has her own cup, right? Mm-hmm. And you say to her, I'm going to take our cups. I'm going to walk down to the creek. You just stay right here, baby. And I'm going to go down here and get us some fresh, clean water. Okay. And the thing is it's going to cost you having my baby. And she says, holy cow, that's a lot to charge. What else do you have to offer? And you tell her, I don't have nothing else to offer. Right. I'm just going to go down. This is my labor. My time and my labor going down here to get you a drink of this nice, cool, refreshing water. What's to stop her from saying to you, I'm all set. I'm going to go down to the creek and get my own cup of water?
Nothing.
Exactly. And that's the scenario time and time again, that men are expecting that the woman is going to be like, yeah, cool. You got me a cup of water. Now I'm going to have your baby. No, women are not going to do that. You don't have anything to offer her.
So I'm not disputing that. That is a good analogy for another conversation. But I'm talking about what is reality, right? For a lot of men. Most men are average, don't make a lot of money. They make a decent amount, and it's enough. But because the bar has been set so high by the single women, especially if she's a bad bitch, that it's not worth it. It's not worth it to waste time and resources on this selfish woman when the baby mama, right? She's a little more humble, right? Because she has a kid now. And there's a lot more to lose here. Now the stakes are higher for her. She has an epiphany that, you know what? I can't be out here giving my body away because I got kids. And I don't want my kids seeing me like a hoe. I don't want my kids having different men in and out their lives. Most men would think like this who have kids already. So they actually grow up after the kids. And I'm just saying.
Let me relate.
I'm just waiting for where the complaint is not about the woman and where it actually matters for the men. Because according to your logic, if this is all just going to be the whole doom and gloom thing, then you might as well just say that you're promoting people to be incels.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying is
I
Yes,
have
you
not
are,
heard
sir.
anything in favor of a man yet.
the valuable option.
All I
You
heard
are,
was
sir.
nothing complain about woman.
The valuable options for a lot of average men going to be the future baby mamas. I'm just trying to tell you the truth.
I love it. He demonized.
See how he redirected that shit?
Baby mama, then turns around and said, "We got to get with them." Your speech is like a slinky. You don't know where the fuck you're going.
The
He glossed
slinky,
right
the
over my
slinky.
example. He glossed right over my example.
My whole conversation has been about the baby mama being the new.
Yeah, but you glossed right over my example.
No. Your example is, no, I acknowledged it, right?
No, you really
And
didn't.
I'm saying
You
as a
didn't
single
answer.
woman-
You said that's something for another conversation.
Right now, we want to talk about if you want to get you a single woman with a lot of education and she has her own resources. Yes, this is not the viable option for a lot of
That's
average
your
women.
woman, though, Ruth.
No, I'm just saying these are not viable options anymore because the independent mindset makes them not viable partners. They're too selfish and they don't know how to
Is
build
it
as a team
selfish? Is it selfish, or is it that you just don't have anything to offer?
Well, I have a lot to offer because
What do you have to offer?
Her have your baby?
So
Ruthless. What do you have to offer?
Well, if let's say I'm making $50K, right? Let's just say that, right? Plus my time, my romantic side, all the things that cultivates. I have a house, a couple of cars. I'm okay in life, right? And I'm stable, right?
That is
and a lot of these type of men are experiencing bad in the dating market because women they want to come in either 50-50 or partnerships, and they want to have a lot of power, a lot of control.
50-50.
Yeah, 50-50.
Bro,
and
it's 100-100.
Okay, 100.
Otherwise, you ain't have no relationship.
Really?
Hairs, right? We ain't gonna split hairs. Whatever. 100, 50-50. But that's a power. That's a power leverage, right? She wants the 100 because she wants to have equal play in that house, and that could be conflict of interest.
Yeah, so
that means she can leave you after you know what I mean, when she wants to, because that's why
are you in so much fear of this woman? Why?
It's not fear.
It's fear. It sounds like fear to me.
No,
it does sound like fear.
No, it's called
an addict. Yes.
No, it's called observation.
An addict
of the evolution of women, right? And I'm watching
an addict.
with my very eyes.
Ruthless is addicted not only to this conversation,
but
he is also addicted to shifting blame to the woman. In my opinion, this is my opinion.
So Brick. So let me rebut that.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm so overwhelmed on the women, right, is because they're exercising the rights that are afforded to them.
Who gave it to them?
Which is the man of the countries and the women who voted,
all right,
all that shit, right? So I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they didn't have a partner in this, the government, right? But I don't have a problem with them having them rights. But here's the problem I have.
Apparently, you do.
No, I don't. No, I don't. But what I do have a problem with, right? Because I have the same rights as she do.
What do you have a problem with? Just say it.
I have a problem with her exercising the rights to destroy our family for little to nothing. That's the problem I have.
I love it. I love it. Why were they given those rights? Because they were saying that men were able to do exactly that, right? She has the same rights as you.
No, I'll come to your defense a little bit on that, Ruthless. Yes, there are the exceptions, and it's a growing exception. I will give you that. However, that is not the majority, and it is not the mindset of the consensus that these things are falling apart.
Now, I do have to agree with you if we break down the racial dynamic and the rest of the white guys.
Going to go there.
Asian guys,
it's just for black people. That's
but,
all.
No, I'm just saying it's a little different for races, right? So that we understand the white guys created happy life, happy wife, right? Happy wife, happy life. They created that.
No. There's no happy wife, happy life, sir.
About people with the whole oppression shit.
Okay, but I'm just saying this: they created the happy wife, happy life, right? And they the one support white men, support feminism. They want
Wow.
I don't support feminists. I'm white.
Days.
The government is
Supposedly, that's
mainly
my supposed race.
Ruthless truth. You sound stupid right now. You sound stupid.
The government was mainly white, right? And back in the day.
No, it wasn't.
Yes,
Ruthless. You sound stupid right now.
Wait. Robert, we don't have to name call. We can just attack the argument.
I'm not name calling. You sound very unintelligent right now.
Okay. Wait. If you're gonna state that, Ruthless, cool. What you gonna say that? Tell me, when did black people started getting into politics? Then
I would say late 70s, early 80s.
So you say prior to the 1800s, you're saying there were no black people in any form of government.
Well, we know that slavery, right? There was no black people in the government. Then there came a few people.
That was literally. It's probably less or no.
It was probably less than 1% of black people in.
So there were people in politics. There were black people in politics.
I say from 1800s to we say early 1990s, right? That's the
okay. So I want to know. So when there was this point in America's history that we didn't have black people in politics, in the government,
when we're in slavery.
So maybe it's because you don't understand the European population.
Maybe we should really just ask the most basic question. When exactly was the U.S. founded?
Slavery and integration.
When was the U.S. founded? It's at 17 what?
Okay, but
76.
Black people, whenever black people were not. If there was one motherfucker.
Oh, here we go with the black shit. Okay, go ahead.
I'm not trying to make
go
it
ahead,
up.
Ruthless.
I'm just
go
making
ahead.
the point that black
shit.
people, politics is a white person's game. Everybody knows it. Let's keep it real.
Well, let me
no such thing as race, nigga. Hold up. There's no such thing as race. I need y'all to hear that. No such thing as race. Okay? Okay?
You sound foolish now.
We're all humans.
They have you fill the application. Are you black, white, Mexican?
No such thing as race.
You put that in there?
Race is fake.
Asian, when they tell you
and you filled it out.
It's made up. It's made up.
When you check that box, you accepted it.
Yep, that's right.
What I'm just saying is they put it's race on there though, whether you accept it or not.
Okay, you accepted that.
Listen,
so you've never seen choose not to answer. That's also up there.
There's race. There are black people. There are white people.
There's no such thing as race, nigga. Shit. Fuck.
There's
no such thing as race.
Hold on. Let me tell you something about
Ruthless.
why they put that.
Ruthless truth. There's no such thing as race. Okay?
Hold on, please. The reason that they put that box there is not to find out what race you are. It's to find out whether you are going to be in that mindset or not.
So you saying there's no race?
There's no such thing as race. Ruthless truth.
When I walk around,
can I talk to Ruthless truth for a minute?
The first thing I say is I'm American first.
I'm not going to argue this.
Ruthless truth. Can I say something?
Yes, go ahead.
For 2 minutes. Race is fake. It was made up. It only exists in the United States. Race only exists in the United States. That's it.
When you go outside the country,
there's no race.
Black man, they look at you as an American.
Yeah. There's no such thing as black and white. Black and white only exist in the United States. Mr. Truth. Okay?
So when they showed up votes, right? All the votes, they showed the minorities, they had the blacks, the Asians, and Latinos, right? And then on the other side,
God damn.
The white people.
Did you not hear what we just said? Did you not hear what we just said? Race is fake. It does not exist at all.
But saying that over and over again is not helpful. I appreciate it. Personally, I do. But Ruthless is not going to understand it. Ruthless, what race is an Asian?
Or Asian.
Oh, that's a nationality. That's a continent.
So are there people in Asia?
Japanese.
Japan is a country.
Hold on. Ruthless. Are there white people in Asia?
I think there's white people everywhere. Yeah.
Okay, are
So
there
a white person born in Asia is what?
Are there Oriental people in Asia?
Yes.
Are there bronze-skinned people in Asia?
Yes.
Okay, so then which one of them are just Asian? Because according to the quote-unquote stats and the things that people check boxes on, none of those are Asian.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
what you call Asian is most likely what most people would call Oriental. And Orientals, they don't call themselves by different races. They call themselves by their nationality.
Okay, nationality, race, whatever you want to call it, right? We separate ourselves according to that, though.
Indians are also Asian.
What do you mean, whatever?
We are. Right?
What do you mean, whatever? That's a big thing. That's a big deal. Why do you say the word whatever? Whatever they call themselves. That's a big deal. The difference between nationality and race is a big deal.
We separate ourselves into our race. That's a fact. Armenians.
There's no such thing as race.
Not the we. Maybe you, when you say we, maybe there's somebody included
I
with that.
don't really care.
No such thing as race. Okay, race is fake.
And hey, Ruthless, you get to believe that.
It's fake.
Isn't that cool? You get to believe it?
It's fake. It's fake. Corporate America, my ass, is fake. There's no such thing as race. You are your country, brother. Brother, you are your country.
No, I'm not my country.
You are your country. Whatever country you were brought up in, that's you, nigga.
That's crazy.
I'm not American. I'm American.
You're not American. Okay.
How you not American?
Why are you still here?
Then what country are you?
Why
are you still here?
I'm black American. I'm black African.
No.
Black is not a country. Black is a color on the Crayola box, nigga.
African American.
Black is a. Oh, fuck.
Black American. Or Afro American.
What is black? It's a Crayola color on the box.
We are in our whole other continent.
I'm talking to retards.
African first is gone.
Literally talking to retards.
Well,
literally gone.
Well, I hope you guys understand that people will divide up, and people are divided up in race in this country.
Okay, where's the country of black? Tell me where the country of black is, nigga. Tell me. Where's the country of black on the map?
You all right?
Talk to me. Tell me where it is.
I ain't telling you shit.
Tell me where it is. I want to know where the black country is, nigga. Point to it on the map, nigga.
Moving the conversation forward because this is
black is a color of. Black is a color. It's not a country. It has no. Black has no army, has no navy, has no air force. All right, has none of that stuff. It's a color. That's it.
Is the Earth flat around?
You nigga are an American.
Look at the jump.
Is the Earth flat around?
He's doing flat Earth now. It's crazy.
Okay, Resla. I don't want nothing to do with that shit. I want to talk that shit. I'm staying out of that.
Get off real quick.
Is the Earth flat around?
My brother, like
what's up?
Ryan, is the Earth flat around?
Neither.
How did we just go to flat?
That's a question for you, Resla. I'm not answering that question.
Do you want to ask?
Before we get going, I just want to let people know Uncle Fatty, thank you for the 10. He says for cause, and a reminder: life is a race. And Clue, you are way behind. Do better. And check your mic.
What's wrong with my mic, Uncle Fatty?
It's got a lot of gain.
Oh, it's a lot of. How come y'all didn't tell me to turn the gain down? Okay. Okay, I'll do that. Hold up.
Did you say you wanted to ask me a question?
I'm willing to bet that Rob thinks the Earth is flat. I'm going to make that bet.
No, hell no.
What is it then?
This is a globe.
It's an Earth.
That's what's round, right?
It's a globe. Yes, it's a sphere.
Now there are people who say it's flat though.
Those are stupid niggas. That's what I would call them, stupid niggas.
So this is why I'm saying there are people who have different ideologies about what things are. Race.
Yeah.
The way the Earth.
If you think the Earth is flat, you a stupid motherfucker. in my opinion.
And they think the same thing about you, right? So it's a
and they're free to do that. But
right.
yeah, they're stupid niggas.
My point is, there's people have different ideologies on what things are, whether race or the Earth is flat or is there violence or not.
You just deflected from what we were talking about. What we were talking about. It sounds like a deflection. You're deflecting.
Right
no, what I'm saying is, I'm not going to argue semantics, right? If you think there's no race, then so be it, right? I'm not going to argue your belief. That's your ideology.
You're not going to argue semantics, but you proclaim them.
No, I'm just saying that you have a right to believe that there's no race. I'm not going to argue.
There's no such thing as race, bro. There's no. Let me talk for a minute. Let me talk for a minute. Okay, can y'all let me talk for a minute? They need all of us to believe in race in order for their agenda to go forward.
What agenda?
The only way, the agenda. Who said what agenda?
Are you talking about?
Was that you?
It's ruthless.
Yeah, ruthless. In order for the agenda to go forward, all of us have to believe in race.
I'm black.
Like I said, let me repeat myself. In order for the agenda to move forward, everybody in the United States has to believe in race.
So what are you, just American?
Yes, that is correct.
Well,
I am just American.
Blue, how do you clean an attic?
Resla, what
How
do
do
you
you
claim,
clean an
Resla?
attic?
Are you American only, Resla?
I'm American only.
Okay.
I'm American. That's it.
Y'all think the idea of race has
No
never...
such thing as black and white. All that shit's made up. It's made up.
No, but everyone, all social constructs are made up.
Blind, I didn't see you there. What's up, Blind?
So, salute. But I'm curious, because a lot of people, there's been a lot of hardship over that one simple idea. Are you saying it shouldn't exist, or that it's not a legitimate existence?
I can tell you that if you go outside the states, people are not gonna look at you outside of anything else but call you an American.
Yeah, but I'm talking about.
That is true. That is very true. And Resla, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this.
Racist people in the other countries.
Let me tell you this. Everything that the United States has planned for everybody in the United States depends on everybody's belief in race.
And the idea that you believe that race is more important than the actual class, the shit that you see every day, is astounding to me.
Astounding? What a word.
There's no such thing as race.
Let
me talk to you. No, hold up. Let me talk to you, Ruthless Truth. I'm going to talk to you directly, Ruthless Truth. There's no such thing as black and white. All that shit's been fake since the day you were born. Do you hear what I'm saying? All that shit has been fake since the day you were born. There's no such thing as black, no such thing as white, and there's no such thing as race. All that shit was made up. What do you think about that, Ruthless?
I mean, you can have that. I'm not gonna argue that.
You disagree with me, and that's okay.
But
I'm telling you.
I'm gonna say this, right? I don't care, right? You believe your ideology is your ideology, and you made your point, and I'm gonna concede this argument because I don't feel like it's worth the time.
You could take their power away from them by simply not believing in race.
But I will say this.
Let me repeat myself. You can simply take their power from them by not believing in race.
We can't agree that
it's very simple.
We can't agree that there's discrimination, correct? Correct? People do discriminate, correct?
What are you talking about?
That's called prejudice.
Okay.
It's called being prejudicial. Prejudicial. Right? And so what you're doing is you're judging someone.
What am I supposed to answer?
You understand anything
about
about
Brick, we understand that. But Brick,
what am I supposed to answer?
Is there discrimination?
Yes.
Yes. It's always discrimination between humans.
Right.
Okay. The reason why I asked the question is discrimination has everything to do with indifference.
But is it beneficial?
Yeah.
Is it beneficial?
But go ahead. No. Let them talk. It's
beneficial to the parties at hand, all parties involved, right? If it's to unite, to get something done, yes, it's very beneficial.
How can you unite when you divide? When you divide, hold on. You said unite, but how are you uniting if you divide?
Because some people have different ideologies, and like-minded people, they're gonna, and somebody's going against that.
Here's the problem. Hold on,
more stronger
Ruthless.
personality
Here's the
is going
problem
to
with
unite
that.
the like-minded
Nobody
people to destroy or
Ruthless.
take out the people who are not like-minded.
You are saying that there are like-minded people. This is a problem. Nobody is going to believe the exact same thing. Now, we're all human beings, and that's a fact, right? So as soon as you go to your ideology, whatever it may be, and say, now we are divided because of this, that is not unity. That is division.
I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing that. What I'm saying is, though, people unite, groups unite in groups, and push their ideology on others.
We all have different beliefs,
and they will discriminate, on those who do not agree or meet the standards of what their ideology is. So discrimination is a form to divide each other and fight against each other. This is the way the world is built.
Right. So we shouldn't divide regardless. And that's my opinion of it.
That's highly speculative.
Ruthless.
It's absolutely an opinion, yes.
Brick and Ruthless, I need you two to understand the entire agenda. The end game of the agenda is to divide us.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so. Yeah. So now that we know that the end game of the agenda is to divide us, what they're doing is saying, okay, race, we can use race to divide them.
Even though it doesn't exist.
It does not exist, and I agree with you, Brick.
Yep.
But most of the blacks think it does exist.
What did you just say? Most of who?
Most of the blacks think that it does exist.
You're supposed to say the Americans, sir. There's no such
No.
No.
What I said was most of the blacks think
ain't no such thing as blacks.
It does.
It
does exist. And they, as long as they keep believing in black, the agenda will go through every single time. Every single time.
You just contradicted yourself. You said there's no race.
How so?
You just described a race of people who call themselves black.
They call themselves this.
And
thus
you
we call themselves
black. What they call themselves.
You should just say American.
But ruthless truth. You believe you're black. Ruthless truth. Are you black or not? Are you black or not? Ruthless truth. Are you black or not? Ruthless truth. Are you black or not? Answer the question, please.
I'm American. How's that?
No, you're not. No, you're not. You just lied to me. You lied to me.
You fucking sold me.
Are you black or not?
Nigga, I'm American. Fuck you.
No, you're not. You just lied to me.
So now you're trying to divide us further.
Clues taking green cards in this bitch.
He's a liar. He's a liar. He's a liar.
Oh, you sold me on it, right? You sold me on it. Right?
You're a liar.
You preached to me. Whoa! You preached to me 10 minutes ago that I'm American, and I'm now saying, okay, you're right and I'm wrong.
No, I said I'm American. I did not say you.
Sorry, guys. That's going to have to be the end of that one. Guys, I do appreciate you for actually having a bit of time over here. Again, thank you, everybody who's actually donated to the show, donated for the actual stream to actually help Uncle Tom and his family during this particular time. It has been a lot for a lot of the people. I guess what I'll do before we start signing off, I'll give you a little bit of my final thoughts on all this. Because as we start wrapping things up, especially when we start looking at wrapping up the end of last quarter, the first quarter, moving into this one, hopefully you guys will look at things with a different point of view. A lot of people have their own different things, but I think the first and foremost part is that it starts with you. And when it comes to this quarter, are you really shooting for all the things that make it count? Because you never know when anything can really befall and become a hindrance on you and your family. The first quarter is over, folks. And if you didn't hit every goal that you look for, I don't want you to sweat it, because not everybody does. Life is messy. And it's not about perfection. It is not about anything outside of your progression. You're not stuck just because you're in a crisis. And you're not stuck because of your career either. And when you need to, be sure to actually reach out to the people who are part of your tribe. Don't be ashamed to ask for help. Don't be full of your ego. Be part of your compassion. Don't have unrealistic expectations because those are the things that can keep you stuck. Please do not miss out on your growth opportunity. I do appreciate everybody who's actually here. As you can see, the cash app is at the bottom in case you guys need to see, because it might be a little small. Some of you on your phones. Here it is right here, just before we pretty much get off. So that's going to be that. With that being said, we will probably have a show Friday. If I do a pop-up tomorrow, you'll know when you get the notification. But outside of that, you never know what's going to happen to you, folks. And I want you to make the best decision that you really can for yourself, because when you help yourself, you're also going to help your family and your friends. And I want you to remember, the only thing that's standing between you and the next level is that little voice that's in your head. Don't be full up with all this other shit. With that being said, take care of yourselves, take care of your family, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay opinionated, y'all.